All right. Welcome to another episode of Pixels to Politics. Tonight we've got four major topics. I don't even know what you call this, Syrian civil war continuation,
The
um,
Syrian Civil War is
the
just another day, to
remake,
be honest.
the sequel. Uh,
No, not even. It's like episode 672, season 17.
yeah. Well, we also have Hunter Biden and that whole shenanigans getting pardoned by Joe. Good times. And I am just so in love with the UFO stuff right now. And then lastly, Georgia, which not the state, the country, um, is going through some protests over their recent foreign policy decisions. So I also came up with a really good um, idea recently. So we can start with this. You know how uh, they keep saying that the like four axis of evil: Russia, Iran, China. Who's the other one? Who am I missing? It's four of them.
Yeah.
Russia, China,
Russia, Russia, China,
Iran. Who's the fourth? There's always four.
probably
Um,
Israel.
no, I don't know. I don't think it's Israel. Anyways, so you know how they're always like, oh yeah, they're working together to spread out the U.S. military. The U.S. military cannot face all of these threats at one time. You know how they always say that
Yeah.
shit? Okay, what if, hear me out, it was the opposite, right? Imagine the 200 IQ genius here. The U.S. makes Europe fight Russia. Okay, Russia has to force its forces against the EU. They can't win that, right? All of EU against Russia, EU will probably win. Then you go to the Middle East. You get Israel to go and fight Iran. Boom, another winning battle for Israel easily, right? And then we can deal with China. Maybe it's the US's 200 IQ making the enemies split apart, and we're just like prepping to 1v1 China. How fucking 200 IQ would that be?
Mm, it's not because China still makes most of the products that we import.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They don't make the most. We are their biggest importer.
Made in China.
And kind of
Made in China.
more or less
Made
beginning
it
to.
made in China.
Yeah, but not for long. Most of that stuff's gonna be
Made
made
in
in
China.
Mexico and India.
Oh yeah, that's totally not gonna be totally fucked up because Indians and Mexicans are known for their high IQ.
You don't. You think it takes IQ to put that plastic together? It's all manufacturing. It's all factory built. There's not some fucking super genius Chinese 13-year-old handcrafting your iPhone. Like,
I
have you ever seen the Chinese manufacturing videos? They're just chucking shit in bins. Like, it's not all
Yeah,
of
it's
it's
how good they are.
manufactured.
They don't even need to look. They can do that shit blindfolded at this point, Doug. Those factory workers working like a dog, as well
True.
they should too. It's what it's what they deserve for being on the bottom of the ship.
Either way, moving the manufacturing is. I mean, it's like I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it has very little to do with how intelligent the Chinese are, and has way more to do with how cheap those workers cost.
All right, Doug. Listen, when I get my phone and I open it up because something's wrong with it, and I see "Made in India" or Mexico, we're gonna be having a discussion.
Okay, that's fine. If that ends up becoming a topic, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with talking about anything on the show.
It's not the point, Doug. It's not the point. Is Jesus an alien?
Yeah, well, okay, we can start with Georgia, which I think is. I mean, I think it's still interesting, mostly because people aren't talking about it. I don't think it'll
I mean,
snowball into anything more. But so, could you pull up the world map every episode? Pull up the world map.
I'm I don't at this point I don't care about the world map, Doug. I
It's
don't care
for
about the
it's
world.
for our viewers. Pull up the world map. It's not for you.
Oh my god. The Georgia map. Wow, let's see where Georgia is. I love how Google doesn't even.
Directly under Russia. Um,
Yeah.
So for a while now, a lot of the countries next to Russia have, mostly been trying to get into the EU and NATO. That's like the most common thing for any country not within NATO and EU, to be honest. But Georgia's one of them. And
Mm.
something happened recently. I don't know if the recent elections or something kind of triggered it, but this isn't the first time Georgia's had this problem. The current prime minister declared that he didn't want to work with the EU and that he wanted to work with Russia. The president of Georgia, because in most countries they have both a prime minister and a president, and the U.S. is actually a little different in this area, disagreed, and so that I wouldn't say it's complete civil war, right? I don't think they're anywhere near that, but they are currently
Are you sure
rebelling.
about that, Doug?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see what's happening.
Sure, yeah, we can.
It's hard to tell. Is it civil war? I don't know. They have gas masks on, and they have a
Yeah,
bunch of metal pipes.
yeah.
And they got some flags that are flying. So I
I,
don't know. These
if it is,
goofy
it's
kids.
it's the start of one. It's the start of one.
All right, let's keep going. Oh, they're burning something. What are they burning? Probably a flag.
The general populace does not like working with Russia. Most people don't want to work with Russia, believe it or not. I don't think there are any people in the world who do. Actually, except maybe Assad, who is. Well, we'll talk about that real soon. But yeah, so I mean, the people are there's massive protests going on right now, in Georgia, which is the country right under Russia. I really don't know what'll come of it. There hasn't really been a lot of talk when it comes to the officials, like the politicians. There's just been a lot of rioting, to be honest. And then there's police, the riot police.
Oh yeah, and they're trying to blind people. People are being blinded by lasers that they bought off Amazon for like $30.
Yeah,
this is the new Civil War, Doug. This is the new Civil War.
It could be. It very well could be. But if it is, we're at the very beginning of it.
No, yeah, this definitely looks like something.
They haven't declared martial law yet. Why are you on YouTube? You aren't gonna find the best stuff on YouTube. If you want to see fucking the police kidnapping people and beating the shit out of them, you gotta go to X, dude.
I go to Pornhub for that.
Okay, we're not going to Pornhub for that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, let's see. Have you ever listened to Daria Core, Doug?
No, we are not listening to that right now. Let's stay focused.
All right. Let's see what they're putting in the comments.
Bots. I just assume everything is bots.
Well, no, this one looks like it might be real. Let's see. I want to see what this person's saying.
I don't
Translate from Russian. Georgians take weapons. This is the only way you can win. Occupy administrative buildings and police stations. There are weapons. Peaceful protest is ineffective. Glory to Ukraine. What the fuck is this?
So, well, a lot of people compare what's happening to Ukraine, or what's happening in Georgia, was what was happening to Ukraine before Zelensky got into office, because technically a very similar situation happened where the people started. The rumor is that it's a CIA-backed coup, but blah 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 blah. The people there in Ukraine started rebelling for the exact same reason the Georgians are rebelling right now. Exact same reason was that the new government came in after being voted in and said, "Hey, we want to work with Russia over EU," and the people were like, "Oh hell no!" They went to the streets. They actually overthrew the government, then voted in Zelensky. That situation snowballed from there. This is kind of looking a little similar.
No, we can't work with Russia. Russia's a big evil monster. We hate you. Bring in Zelensky. Zelensky appears. All right, all the men go to war and die. Finally, we can do something meaningful with our lives. Thank you, Mr. Zelensky. I love going to war with a giant superpower and just dying in the streets after like 4 hours on the battlefield. I knew my rebellion was going to get me somewhere.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, Ukrainians, not the smartest. Not the smartest Ukrainians.
I think you just have no interest in dying in a glorious battle for one's autonomy.
Doug, name a powerful person in the world that was like, oh yeah, I'd love to go to battle and die for my country.
George Washington? Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah, the dude who cut down a cherry tree and lied about it and then had wooden teeth. That's the guy you that's the guy you idolize, huh, Doug? That's your idol?
You just spat out so much disinformation in one sentence. That was crazy. What the hell? All I'm
You lied
saying
about
is
chopping that cherry tree, Doug. You want a liar?
Napoleon,
You idolize liars now?
Genghis Khan, uh,
Those guys had followers. They sent people
Eisenhower.
to die.
Mon-
They sent
Genghis
people to
Khan could
die.
not just send people to die. Okay. Also, neither did Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt started in the military. You don't know about the Rough Riders?
He had a mustache, Doug. You can't compare him to Genghis Khan.
You can diminish what I'm saying with jokes all you like. However, there are plenty of people throughout history who have died or were willing to die in the heat of battle. I
Oh,
think
you're
the
right, Doug.
American Revolution should kind of stand out a little bit just off the top of
Oh, of
anyone's
course.
head.
Yeah, I wonder if I can go interview the corpses lying on the street right now outside the Ukrainian border and ask them how they feel about the current
Okay,
administration.
well they haven't won. What kind of stupid sentence is that? Let me go ask fucking Andrew Jackson in the middle of the Civil War if he feels like this is a good thing or not. Like, what are you saying?
Hi there, fellow Ukrainian. How do you feel about the current administration? Are you glad that you rebelled and brought in Zelensky? The flies buzzing around your head tell me yes.
Okay, I think. I mean, you're retarded. That's what I think. I would be surprised at how many of them came back to life if they had won and were like, it was worth it. Fuck it. Like,
If the Ukrainians are coming back to life, they're being reincarnated as turtles to be made into turtle soup. Slow moving, ineffective, and overall just there. Good job, Ukraine. You sent your men to die for nothing.
for
And you took our taxpayer
sovereignty,
dollars.
for
I bet Zelensky's yucking it
sovereignty,
up right now. Sovereignty.
for sovereignty, self autonomy, freedom. You know the things that the Americans died for in the Civil War, the American
America
Revolution.
doesn't. The only side America knows is money. Money,
Wha-
money, money. That's all America cares
okay,
about.
what does that have to do with anything I just said? What do you?
Well, America's just as evil as Russia is.
Oh, you're the down with capitalism type of guy.
I'm the down with douchebags. I'm down with douchebags. That's kind of how it is.
Is there anyone that you can think of that isn't a douchebag?
Yes.
Okay, who?
The president of Peru.
You don't even know his name. Say his name.
I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name,
Say
but I know
one
he's a
thing
good
about
dude.
him. The
He's a
president.
humble man. He's a humble man who drives
Uh-huh.
a shitty car. He makes less than the medium average income in his country, and
The
he
president
puts
of
all the money.
Peru is a woman. You fucking idiot.
It used to be a man. It used to be a man. He was a good dude. Listen, Doug,
It's
I
currently
remember,
a woman.
but it used to be a man. Okay, president of Peru. Who's the
Uh, it's a
Francisco Pizarro?
woman. Dina
No, that
Boluarte.
wasn't it. I don't remember. Yeah, it's a woman right now. Okay, maybe it was Paraguay.
Okay, dude. Are you?
No, it's not him.
Okay,
Maybe it was Uruguay.
that's a guy. Yes, and he's about to
President
have
of
to.
Uruguay. No, it's not him.
Okay, you're an idiot.
All right. Well, I don't remember the exact name, but yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Chile? No, it wasn't Chile. It may have been Peru. It was just the previous president. But yeah. Listen,
No,
there are
I
good
don't
presidents
get
out
your point.
there. There are good presidents out there. You know, America's not a good example. Russia's not a good example. Well,
America's
I
had good
actually kind of like
presidents.
in the past. Yeah. Nowadays, all we get is pedophiles and dual citizens.
Yeah, I don't think any country has been completely, uh, you know, I don't know, free of corruption and crime. That's why there's revolutions and civil wars, and I think most countries have gone through at least one of them. It's pretty common.
Yeah.
And I would also argue the current Trump government or incoming government is pretty revolutionary, or at least about destroying the current establishment, minus all the Israel parts.
Yeah. Minus
Minus
the
all those parts.
50 billion to Israel. 50 billion more dollars to Israel and everything will be fixed. Okay, guys, we just got to take a $50 billion more taxpayer dollars and then we're Gucci, okay? And then 50 billion more and then everything will just be solved, right?
Oh God.
I love Israel so much, Doug. We should just give them all of our money. Why do we even spend any of it on our own country?
You know how much money the U.S. spends in general, just across the globe every year?
Trillions.
It's trillions of dollars every single year to every country on the planet. I don't think any country except maybe Russia, and even then Russia still gets some of our money through the fucking EU, neutral ass losers. Every single country is funded by America. Every single one. Iran, funded by Biden. Literally happened. Taliban, funded by both Trump and Biden. Every single country you can think of, even our mortal enemies, get US dollars through one shape or form. Honestly, most of it comes to the UN. The UN is like one big fucking bribing factory or venue for the US to manipulate countries. That's just, I don't know what to tell you. That just is what it is. Like, that's just how it works. So, being upset that we give Israel money, this is exactly like the Palestine thing, where people are like, oh my god, this stuff happening in Palestine is so bad. And then you look at what's happening in Syria or Ethiopia, and it's like fucking 10 times worse, but no one
Well,
pays
yeah,
attention.
but
Everybody looks at the Israel situation as like, wow, we give them so much money and get nothing in return. And it's like, bruh, you have no idea how much money we give to South American countries, and literally the only thing we get in return is let us do what we want. That's just like normal. Just so crazy that people get like offended about this. It's like, dude, uh, literally Israel might be the most useful country to us in the Middle East. To bitch about Israel is stupid. You really want to look, dude. It came out recently today, just before we started, that Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, you know who he is, right? He visited
yeah,
with
yeah,
Trump.
the gay guy.
Yeah, exactly. He visited with Trump because Trump came out and said he was going to do tariffs on Mexico and Canada. So he visited Trump, and apparently, just dropped like right before we started. Trudeau told him that they couldn't exist, Canada couldn't exist without the $100 billion they get through the tariffs they place on the US. And so Trump told him that if that is true, then they should just become a US state.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I
yeah,
100% agree. But this is my point: is that every single country in the world is funded by America. The end. We just
yeah.
bribe governments. That's like what we do, dude. We just bribe them. We're like, hey, you're a bitch now. Here's $100 billion. You're a bitch now. Here's $50 billion. That's just normal. Like that's just average shit. So when people lose their, I mean, Israel, I get it. I understand the complaint about Israel. Mostly the dual citizen thing. I think that's like the biggest problem, right?
Yeah.
And probably ending that is like the next big move. However, giving another country money that is fighting our enemies, to be honest, frankly, I don't really care. It's just like, all right, fine, dude, whatever.
I mean,
If
I don't really care either, Doug. But at the same time, like I don't know. Like, aren't we just printing money out of thin air? Isn't that all we're doing?
yeah, yeah, money's a scam.
What?
Welcome to the real world. What?
Yeah, I
Money's
mean,
not
like,
real. Welcome to the world, dude. Money's not real. You want to know where you should put your money? You should turn it into stocks or Bitcoin. That's it. Sto- Billionaires and
I beg to
trillionaires.
differ, Doug. I own actual real things.
Fine. Actually, okay, yes, that's fine. Buying stuff like that is actually not bad either. But holding physical property is almost always better than dollars because dollars are useless.
You see, this is a $20 bill.
Yeah,
This is a
true.
$50 bill. Let's see, what do I got? This is a $40 bill. What else I got in here? That's pretty expensive. This one is another $40 bill. And then a $100 bill, or maybe 120, I forget. And then another $100 bill. Yeah, I think my deck is worth over like 1,000 at this point. I think this is like a $70 bill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't know. I talk about this a lot. Where during the peak of U.S. inflation, and again, U.S. kind of was handling inflation way better than other countries. It was like 9%, or it was like I think it was 9%. And most
yeah,
interest rates in banks, where you leave your money in and it has an interest rate that gives you some money back, but it's usually just to keep up with inflation. was anywhere between 3 and 5%, and that's kind of good. And then like the highest
Yeah.
was probably 7%. So you're still losing 2% of the value of your money every year. Or you could have just thrown it in fucking Bitcoin or a bond or I don't know, a stock. Like, dude, yes, welcome to the real world. Money's not worth anything. There are other
Yes.
things that you could buy. And there are billionaires and they don't get taxed. Why? Because they don't have any fucking money. They don't have money.
Yeah.
They just have stocks and they just buy big old boats. They just call it a day. Property. Like, you should just invest it back. You shouldn't hold on to it. So I don't know what to tell you, but there's not a currency on the planet that is, I mean, maybe the Swiss franc, right? But even that is
I
like
guess.
kind of, honestly, it's funny with EU just because they take advantage of the fact that US provides security. You can't have these things unless the US protects you, but whatever. It's, besides the point. So, yeah, dude, welcome to the real world. Money is, money's,
Yeah. Money is a form of control.
yeah, well, it is what it is. And the US has the most control because it fucking had the most valuable currency.
I mean, I don't know. Isn't like the Saudi Arabian dollar like
They don't
really
have,
valuable?
no, they use the dollar. They use the dollar. The US made them use the dollar. Oil, so
God, this.
Saudi Arabia's currency was oil. And then the US said, okay, we will protect you if you only allow your oil to be sold in dollars. So, there's the conversion.
So we're just the Jewish country of the world.
Sure. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it? Mr. Rothschild said, "If I control the money, I care not for your laws."
Yeah. There's a lot of argument right now, actually, over the kind of movement towards Bitcoin. I hate talking about it. I really do. Only because I know how annoyed people get over it, especially with not understanding how it works, which is fair. However, it should be noted that both China and Russia have declared Bitcoin legal tender now, um, among quite a few other countries. So Bitcoin's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And there's a good chance that Trump not only uses it to back the US dollar, which in my opinion is quite smart, but uh, also removes the current 50% tax on it, which would be fucking crazy. So, yeah,
I
Bitcoin's not
mean,
going anywhere.
let's take a look at the coin market cap.
Yeah,
See how Bitcoin is at. 95,000. Hmm.
yeah, it broke
Let's see.
100K and it dropped back down to 90 or back at 95.
Yeah, it's so weird to me, Doug, because I remember when I was like in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember this was back in way before this. This was like, how old was I? I would have been like 15. So it would have been around 011. I could have gotten this shit for like $8 a piece, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
it's worth fucking 95,000. Pretty crazy to think about. You can see
Uh,
where people sold off.
yeah, but like to me, people look at this and go, "Wow, what an anomaly." This is
Yeah.
crazy, never before seen by mankind. But this happens
Yeah.
all the time. It happens with stocks
I mean,
literally
it
all
happens
the
with
time.
different things. I
Yes, with
mean, I
different
think this is
things.
cryptocurrency itself is like a new thing.
It's a new form of an old thing, is really the
Yeah.
best way to put it. But yes,
I don't know why people are buying Cardano. This thing is a fucking
because
waste of time.
the CEO or inventor, I don't know, whoever, someone highly associated with it, is being pegged to be a part of Trump's administration, I believe.
Oh, the the gay guy.
I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. I just know somebody from there is associated with
If
Trump.
they made if they made the designer of fucking Cardano a part of his cabinet, that's a huge L, if I'm being honest. He's an idiot.
I haven't liked a few of his recent picks, but I do respect that all of them are from Florida. Literally, all of them are from Florida. This shit cracks me up.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, what even is worth buying right now? I couldn't even tell you.
Um,
Like people
I
want like Bitcoin as like an investment is like sure, whatever, right? It's Bitcoin. Everyone knows it, right? Fine, invest in it. Ethereum, same thing. It's kind of like silver to gold, kind of. And you got everything else, which is like, what does it do? Like, what do you do with it?
I mean, they're all supposed to have purposes, right? I don't really have time to fucking study all of them, to be honest with you. But they're supposed to operate like the stock of a company is ideally how it works. You're placing
I
your
mean, the only one
value
that
in their technology, that whatever they're building, whatever
the
the
only one that
blockchain
really
is
has
based on.
value is Monero, because Monero does what it's supposed to do. But because it does what it's supposed to do, its value doesn't really fluctuate that much. It's the only anonymous cryptocurrency, which is what cryptocurrency was supposed to be about. Because when you send, for example, if I own one Monero and I use it to, and I send it to someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll appear on the blockchain, but it won't show how much is sent or what address is sent to or who sent it. It's the only cryptocurrency that does that. So I don't know why this wouldn't be higher, in all honesty.
Harder to manipulate, I guess. I have no idea.
I guess. I
I
mean,
I think people are kind of missing out on what's going on behind the scenes, and it's the second anything gets monetized by the U.S. government, a lot of big money flows in, and so a
yeah,
lot of these coins, their holders are not actual individuals, but they are, trillion-dollar companies and investors that are just kind of sitting on it.
yeah,
Because again, none of them hold cash; they just hold anything else. And a lot of that right now is just Bitcoin. A lot of billionaires and big companies are just buying as much coin as they can get their hands on without kind of shocking the value up or down.
yeah.
So, and a lot of people question how much movement they can actually get out of it. But again, you'd be very surprised at how many US dollars there are in circulation, or, in circulation.
Yeah. I don't know. I used to own cryptocurrency, and then I was like, I just sold it, and I just bought magic cards with it, and yeah,
I think it's fine to use it as a bank, to be honest. I don't know, like, even when
yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird to me, like leaving money in your bank. It sounds so funny to say out loud, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's really easy to kind of read the room sometimes and throw your money in and get some cash back.
This is the one that I've been really like. I think is really just gonna hit the ceiling at some point. Is Tezos,
And what do they
because
do?
they've been sponsored. Well, Tezos has like its own like blockchain and whatnot, and it's essentially it's as a transactional currency, it's actually like excellent. Like it's a really solid. Like you can send stuff for like really cheap. It costs you like less than 10 cents to send something to someone, right? Anywhere. And overall, it's just good. Like it's just a really solid option, and Formula One has sponsored them.
Really?
Like, yeah,
You mean they've sponsored Formula One?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, starter packs to onboard new people. Yeah, and they're big on NFTs too.
Yeah, I think NFTs will be popular. That'll kind of answer the question of digital uh ownership of stuff. I know it's like a big
Yeah,
problem right now where people are kind of like, I'm paying for things that don't actually exist. NFTs will kind of help that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like virtual stuff is like when I think of stuff that has value that's like virtual, I think of like Counter Strike skins, right?
NFTs, those are
Or
NFTs. Those are technically NFTs.
yeah,
Even
those are.
league skins are technically NFTs.
However, you can't sell a league skin. You can only sell the account.
You get right. I know it's yes, you're not wrong, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty much an NFT. It's not really about resale value. It's more about, you know, I guess it kind of is. I don't know. League skins are a bad example, but CS:GO
Maybe
skins,
Litecoin
yes.
will eventually hit a similar ratio. I don't know. Litecoin used to be pretty cheap too back in the day. Jingle jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Biz and see what they have to say. See what's going on.
Oh my god, not this fucking website. Why are you so obsessed with this website?
Because it's the only place where you can have open conversations about anything
But
anymore
its
and be
format
anonymous.
is so stupid.
So this guy is saying GRT, it's over. Let's see, where's GRT?
think you're past it. Just hit
Huh?
Control F and look.
Oh, so he's saying it's over at 8 p.m. today when it's clearly rising in price.
I don't know. I see that shit a lot where people lose their minds, but yeah,
And then you got people that post shit like this. It's just begun, brother.
yeah,
With Alex Jones holding the. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, XLM waiting for the moon. $1.
I don't know. It's fucking again. It's one of those things where you kind of have to be in the scene to know what the hell's going on, and even then, once you're inside, 90% of the community are all fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
they're all so
Yeah.
dumb. It a lot of people would describe it as like the world's biggest video game. I've heard it described a lot like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see what XRP is at. Let's see what the XRP
XRP
schizos are up
has
to.
gone up. There's another one who have been doing
Why?
well.
Why is this thing? Oh my fucking god, dude!
Be
This is such.
this one I think is so funny, but again, I think one of the people, the CEO, whatever, their case got cleared, and then Trump was, I think there's talk about using the CEO or the, okay, hold on, both someone from XRP and Cardano, one of them is being tasked with building a blockchain for elections, I think.
An election blockchain.
Yeah, something like that. And then the other one is being pegged to be a part of the administration, I think, for like a crypto advisor or for the SEC, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Aren't
both,
they just gonna get pegged by Hillary?
oh, like literally?
I mean, maybe.
I don't know, dude. I'm hoping
I mean, isn't that
Hillary
just what? Isn't
fucking
that kind
keels
of just
over.
what happens in that situation? They
Uh,
just get pegged.
maybe. So like the interesting part here is that both the Cardano guy and the XRP guy have already been hunted down by Hillary and the goons, and they're pretty
Yeah.
much winning. So I think part of the reason they're being tagged in is because they've already been able to survive the attack.
Doug.
What?
Doug. I
What?
lost you.
All right.
I lost you. You cut out.
Did I? Oh, I don't know where I
Yes, you
stopped.
did. I don't know. See, what is Jupiter?
All right, let's go to the next topic. Let's go
Okay.
by most interesting to or least interesting to most, in my opinion. So about Georgia. Um, we can talk about Hunter and then move to Syria. Only because I can't be bothered with Syria is complicated. So let's just talk about Hunter Biden. So, um,
I don't really care about Syria. I think that they're so irrelevant at this point. They're not even
they're
like a secondary
they're
character. They're not
they're
even a
they're
background character.
probably gonna be the flashpoint for like official World War III. It's gonna be funny.
So, but I mean, isn't Syria like already like ruins? Like that's it, guys. It's time to start World War III. Let's launch the first attack. You just see ruins with like a half dead man that's like already bleeding out, and there's no one else around. It's just fucking destroying the buildings that have already been destroyed.
Both world wars began over the stupidest shit in the first place. One of them began over the killing of some random,
Ferdinand, good old
right?
Archduke Ferdinand.
Yeah, who like was what
And then
Prince
the
Archduke?
second
Yeah,
one, was an art student that got really pissed off.
true. But it began with them invading a small piece of Czechoslovakia. So Syria, I think, kind of hits both of these categories where it's such a it's a shithole, but it's a shithole where a lot of players have their people in. So I mean, I guess we're on it, so we must as well bring it up. Can you pull up the chart that I sent you?
Which wait,
The
you
one
sent
I
me a
sent.
chart
Yeah, it was a while.
where
It was before our conversation last night.
conversation last night. Doug, you're asking me to scroll past like
Dude,
a
at that
bunch.
yeah, that conversation was on
Okay.
you. I'm not taking responsibility for that.
Okay, whatever.
All right, so here we go. You pulled it up pretty quick. That was impressive. All right, so yeah, this is just like confusing as all hell because it is confusing as all hell. Trying to break down a Syrian conflict, we're not even going to begin to try. I will just tell you the major players, okay? So You have Assad Basad or some shit is his name, which you've probably heard his name because he was known for doing chemical warfare on protesters or his own people, and some of that may have been false flagged by Obama. I don't know. But so yeah, that's the current Syrian government, and on that side you have Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah. They're all working with the Syrian government, the current one. Okay. Uh, then you have ISIS, who everybody hates, but
Yeah, I mean,
they actually have a great bit of control or influence in Syria, which is fucking disgusting. They're terrible. Like it's so bad. The Syrian conflict is so bad, man. It's so terrible.
honestly, Doug, if we're being honest here, like no one knows who half these people are.
I agree.
What
It's
the
just a
fuck
bunch
is
of
Jabba? What the hell is Jabba the Hutt al Sham? What the fuck is that?
so that is a faction of ISIS that broke away because ISIS had too many negative connotations. So they're still jihadists. they're ISIS light.
What about Free Syrian Army, Syrian government, Syrian Democratic Forces?
Okay,
How
so
many
the
Syrians
Syrian.
are we gonna be? Wait,
so
no. Hold on, hold on.
oh. Okay, dude. What are you fucking? Please no. Please stop. I don't have it on. We're gonna get demonetized every time we do this. By the way, our video gets demonetized every single time.
Nickelodeon doesn't care anymore after the Weinstein incident.
I
But
don't think that's true.
this is the Syria incident. That's what I view it as.
Yeah, so I mean, again, it's fucking needlessly complicated for no reason. The Free Syrian Army, I don't even know what they're for. I don't know. I have no idea. I know the Syrian Democratic Forces. So the smaller story here is about the Kurds, and I don't really know their history that much. All I know is the Kurdish people are basically like the actual modern day Jews, where they don't have a home, they're completely displaced. And
We need
Turkey,
to take care of them. We need to delete them right now, Doug. It's time to get
oh
rid of
wait,
the Kurds.
so the U.S. is
It's
actually kind of on their side or uses them to gain influence in Syria. That's who the Syrian Democratic Forces are, kind of. All of these people are made up of a bunch of fucking tribes and factions. None of these are like pure, and they all. That's why this web is so needlessly complicated. So U.S. and Syrian Democratic Forces, good guys in quotation marks. Everybody hates ISIS. Syrian government, which is Assad, that's Iran, Russia, and Hezbollah. That's their friends. Which they also. This is a pretty funny one. So Israel and Russia actually used to be allied specifically for this conflict. By the way, it's the only like real place that they're friends. They're not really friends anymore. And apparently, the Assad, who's the Syrian government president, whatever the fuck, actually called up Benjamin Netanyahu, asked for help, and he said, I don't know what the reply was, but yeah. Here's why here's
probably how much money are you going to give us?
yeah, dude, for real. Most of this doesn't really matter. But what you should know is that both the U.S., Iran, Israel, Russia, Turkey all bomb the shit out of each other within Syria. So
Yeah.
currently, that's what they're doing. They're all just bombing the shit out of each other. So if there's an area where there's going to be some crossover in action, it'll be in Syria. So Russia started bombing. Turkey started bombing. Israel's been bombing for a while, and the U.S. I think just currently started blasting people to oblivion. So they're just all kind of fucking going crazy. I don't know. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe a plane will get shot down by fucking Russia or the U.S. and people will lose their minds. I have no idea. But
Yeah.
yeah, again, Syrian conflict, part 8,000, mass chaos. The Assad did flee from Syria though. He left. He abandoned ship. So the rebels are winning, and which is why things are kind of getting hot right now. So Turkey, who really their biggest thing is that like whenever Syria goes hot, a bunch of refugees start flooding into their country and they can't handle it, so they're just like, this is crazy, and then they invade from the south, or sorry, from the north, south of their country. Same issue is with Israel. They get refugees and they're like, okay, we don't like this shit, so we invade from the south. Iraq, same problem. They're in the east. They don't like the refugees, so they invade from the east. The U.S., the U.S. got to stick their nose. Got to fucking have a place to stick their own business. So we just kind of support the north, northeastern part of the country, which is the Kurds, and then in the west is Hezbollah in Lebanon. Jesus fuck, dude, my brain is cooked. But yeah, everybody has a play here. Um, it's just a hotbed. It's just a hotbed. They all just blast each other to oblivion. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. It's kind of crazy.
Can we just get out of the Middle East? Can we do that? Can we just leave?
The problem is, whenever we aren't in the Middle East, all chaos breaks loose, and then inflation goes crazy when it comes to gas prices and products. You have to remember that literally all products from east to west are connected by the Middle East. They're in the middle. That's why we call it the middle. Middle East. They're in the fucking middle. They gotta get through there. So the second conflict happens, bombs start flying, and then our ships get hit on accident. Our planes get knocked down on accident, or sometimes we knock down an Iranian plane on accident. Ooh.
Oh,
Anyways,
accident, yeah. Gotta love those accidents, right?
yeah, but we've
Jimmy, Habibi, are we gonna have another? You think we're gonna have an accident today, Habibi? I,
you're gonna have
I don't know, Timmy. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Ooh,
I know. Jim Bob just got shot down the other day, but it was an accident, so don't worry. There shouldn't be any accidents on this flight.
yo,
Fucking
baby,
spat missile.
we have a B-52 on our way with a nuke. Oh, there's an accident. Oh, it accidentally
There's an
fell on
accident.
Palestine. It was an accident. Oh, an
There's an
accident.
accident. A lot of accidents been happening lately,
I
baby.
don't know that happened, baby. Oh my lord.
Oh.
But we've actually tried. So like for all the shit the US gets, we actually tried to not play a role in the Middle East before we ended up playing a role. And so during their not their first war, because that place has been at war, I don't know, since before recorded history. Um I butchering it is gonna be awful, but I believe it was Iraq and Iran, I think. Uh anyways, we were buying oil from somebody in the north. I can't remember. And the oil tankers that were going up and down the sea there kept running into mines. They kept getting hit. So then the U.S. is like, okay, well, this is crazy. We need the oil. So does the rest of the world. So what we'll do is we'll guard it with our navy. So the navy starts doing like a protective service. I forget what it's called. They like start forming these convoys for the oil tankers, and lo and behold, they start getting shot. They start getting caught up in the mess. We ended up shooting down an Iranian passenger plane. Terrible thing. They all died. And then we were like, okay, this isn't working, and so they came up with a plan so that we had foothold in the Middle East to stabilize as we get oil.
You must shoot down another Iranian passenger plane.
Oh, no. Dude, if only it was that. It wasn't that. It was more like, let's pretend they have fucking nukes and we'll go and invade their country. It'll be a good time.
Again? How many times have we done that now? Like 20?
Twice? Well, I guess if we're talking about Iraq or what are we talking about? Middle East in general?
They're all
I
the
don't
same
know.
thing, Doug. They're all the same fucking thing.
Oh yeah, then like 20 is a good answer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Iran, Iraq. What's the
Middle
difference?
the Middle East is a mess. The problem with leaving it alone is that it's just in the middle of the world, and we
Oh,
have to.
really, Doug? The Middle East is in the middle of the
I
world,
don't want to
huh?
hear it
Wow.
coming from you. It's like, why can't we just leave it alone?
Yeah, we could just leave it alone. Why don't we just do fracking, huh? Why don't we just do fracking?
Well,
Don't we already?
fracking is new and wasn't around during that time period. So now, yes, the U.S. could technically be energy independent, but we didn't even achieve that until the Biden era. And that's not because Biden's some great dude. It's just because it took us so long for that technology to get to speed. And worse than that is that I was just watching a video on this earlier. That oil will kind of run out pretty quick. But it's not just that. The oil we get from that is not the oil we use in our cars. So it actually gets exported for other uses, and we actually use that money to then import, the oil that we use for our cars. So we're still getting foreign oil. Now it can be turned into the oil that we use, but that takes a lot of money and effort.
How about
So
discontinue gas?
Yeah, I mean that's the current goal. That's what the U.S. is doing. We plan on tripling our nuclear energy plants by by three. By plan on tripling it by 2030. Or is it 2030? I think it's 2030, which is kind of insane. Or maybe it's 2050, which still would be kind of crazy. But yeah, we're that's the whole reason for this push to get off gas is that exactly, and it's the same reason why Trump wants to drill. The whole thing right now is like, okay, we can't. The Middle East is useless as fuck to try and tame. It can't be possible. We can't rely on them. Let's just get off the oil. That's or mine our own. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hmm.
Isolationism never works. It's never worked for anyone. Didn't work for Japan. Didn't work for China. Didn't work for France. Didn't work for the UK. Didn't work for Spain, Norway,
I beg to
Finland.
differ.
Didn't work for.
I beg to differ.
It's never worked. Name one country where isolationism worked. Go.
North Korea.
Okay, I would strongly disagree. North Korea is probably the best example on why isolationism does not work.
Listen,
Not
they have a god emperor that they all love.
not only
Have you seen the videos of them? They're like little Wii NPCs, like the little bees, like dancing after someone hits the
dude, I
fucking strike and
swear.
bowling.
Okay, I watch some of the guests that Joe Rogan has had on will like totally change your perspective on life. Even though he gets so much hate right now for no, just for propaganda reasons. When he had
Yeah.
this North Korean defector named Yeonmi Park, dude,
Hmm.
listening to her tell her story, I mean, it's insane, dude. It's like from a whole other planet. Like she speaks very well about the way they think over there. Not like the way they speak or act, but the way they think, because they're literally programmed to think a specific way, and the way they do it is language, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of how that place works. Like, dude, it's so wild. It's like like you would never think that that place exists when you listen to her story. I swear to God, I wish everyone would go and watch that shit. I swear if you watched it, you would never say some isolationist shit ever again. Like, without a doubt, no way. It just wouldn't happen. I watched somebody recently, I can't remember his name, also on the Joe Rogan show, but he served in the Middle East, and he talks about experiencing their culture like firsthand, and like
Ugh.
viewing it. And I mean, it's like it's just so tribal. Like it's like you're I don't know. It's like you're back 2,000 years. Like it's so crazy.
Based.
it's,
Based.
it's not based. It's not based for women. It's not based for young men or babies. Like it's not based.
Based. That's
No,
even more based.
it's
Even more based if it's
so
not based for them.
it's so tribal, and like I can't believe that in the current day and age there's already such a large progressive culture gap um between, I don't even know, like even just what would even be close? I don't feel like there's anything close to what they're doing. Really, I don't. You just kind of have like the developed world and the underdeveloped world, and the gap between them, it could not. I mean, it could be more wide, but it's so wide in culture. I it's just
Hmm.
culture. But like, dude, the things that they do is just sick. Like you would hear it out loud and you just wouldn't believe it for both places. I
I
I
probably would.
I mean, you would. You spend a lot of time in the fucking weirdest parts of the internet, so.
Yeah.
But I think anyone should listen to it. It'll give you good perspective on life, in my opinion. It also
My
teach you.
perspective on life is that you're supposed to just have fun. If other people are suffering, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to be a good person and have fun. That's it. And then you die.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't care about women in the Middle East. I don't care about men in the
I
Middle
do.
East.
I
I don't
care.
care about what's happening. I I'm not gonna be like, oh look at me, look at my virtual high ground I sit on while I'm on Twitter, talking about how great it is that I stand with the women of the Middle East as I sit here and sip on my Starbucks coffee and eat a latte cake. I don't even know what that is 5 minutes ago, but I bought it for like 7.83 over at Starbucks. It's pretty good.
You can still have an opinion on it. It's not like I mean I don't.
Send,
You don't have to
Sending
rant.
love and prayers.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I agree that that shit is stupid. Like for sure. That part. I think is mental. But I still think having awareness that it's going on will help give you a perspective. And the best example is the women who, and even men, who thought that like Trump was going to turn them into these fucking sex slaves or whatever the hell they thought was going to happen. And
I
and they
wish.
and they were they were running around talking about being oppressed and stuff, and it's just like, man, sure, like there's some issues, but nothing compares to what's going on over there. And I feel like if most people just watched one of Joe Rogan's episodes where he has a Middle Eastern, or no, I'm sorry, a vet from the Middle East on the episode talk about the culture of the Middle East or some of those Middle Eastern places, this free Palestine shit, bro, would shut down instantly. Like it wouldn't exist. People would not say that shit.
Yeah.
No one on the planet would be like free Palestine. Like it just
We
wouldn't happen.
need we need an AI robot to bring the world together.
No, I think it's a terrible idea.
No, we have you ever watched the show Pluto?
No.
Essentially, Pluto is a reconstruction of Astro Boy, the original show,
Okay.
right? And it's an anime, and so throughout the show, you meet like different AI robots that have they're very like human like robots, right? That like have powers and they do different things.
Hmm.
And throughout the show, it's always about like having and at the beginning they're like AI robots aren't human, right? That's kind of how they distinguish them, is like they may look human and sound human, but they don't have humanity. And so the entire process of the show is finding out that robots can have empathy just like humans can and can experience emotions just like humans can. And one of the characters, one of the robots ends up developing emotions like anger because some robber stole his child, right, and killed it.
Okay.
And it was a robot child. And so he felt emotions for a robot child, and so that's one of the development processes of it. And one of the big guiding factors around the show was that Astro Boy, who's in the show, I think I forget what his name is called, um, but he kind of brings the whole world together because everyone's behind him on his newly discovered humanity, even though he's a robot. And so people guided around a sense of humanity being something as an idea rather than something that resides inside of a person that's a human.
Yeah.
So I think an AI robot would bring people together.
I had this conversation with my dad recently, but I'm not sold on this idea that AI will ever. Well, I don't want to say that. First of all, literally calling it AI is technically wrong. This isn't AI. It's a misnomer. It's not actually AI. I mean, he called it simulated intelligence, which I think is the better uh, nomenclature for this technology. But this is not
Yeah.
artificial intelligence. This is a calculator. It's not doing speech. It's doing math. And
Well, don't they have computers now that have processors based on mouse brains?
okay, so that's different. That wouldn't technically be called. So those are called organoids. Uh, it's just technically different. Even then, it's still. So are you talking about the combination of chips with organic tissue?
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, for example, having an AI robot, and not AI in the sense that it's like artificial intelligence, constructed entirely from a set of algorithms that have been predisposed to human interference, but like yeah, sort of like organoid processors that kind of determine, like, they bridge the gap between humanity and robotics,
Okay,
sort of.
so that's still different. That would pretty much be, to me, like the best comparison for that would be you and your phone, right? Like you use it to enhance yourself cybernetically, and it has influence over you. So you would probably be tipping more towards the technological influence, um, versus just the cybernetic enhancement part. But that's closer to that. However, and which is fine. You kind of combine the two, but I still think that's very different than AI itself, the current form of AI. It's I just cannot picture this form of AI being having emotions. It just doesn't make any sense. Like when you work with it, it's not thinking. It's just doing math like a calculator. It's doing it in a really complex way, and it's doing it in these steps. A calculator is just memory, and this is a little different, but it's still doing just very complex math. It's just math. It's just
And that's
algorithms.
what like, for example, like pieces of like a mouse brain or like the animal brain of any type really, and implanting the emotions from it into it,
Okay,
giving it emotions,
yeah, okay, that I mean, yeah, that's getting
giving it the freedom to think.
yes, that's different than artificial intelligence simulated intelligence. That is again called organoids, which the U.S. actually has already declared is not illegal. True story. I think a lot of other countries have already declared those illegal. The U.S. has not. So I mean that's something completely different. So it's getting closer to what I think is going to happen, in which I think human to computer interface will be much faster and much more reliable than trying to powerhouse um, these large language models into doing the advanced work. So instead of like getting an AI overlord, we'll probably get something closer to somebody with a smartphone in their brain, in terms of layman terms, as the hierarchy. That to me makes way more sense. I think, and there's a lot of evidence already with how fast Neuralink is progressing, and not just Neuralink, but they've also been able to give fungus robot legs and like allow it to walk around. I think it was fungus or moss or something, some plant, and it actually could figure out how to walk around the room. It's kind of crazy to be honest, but I think we'll just see way more progress in human to computer interfacing, and just like again, I mean, this is something we've always done as humans. It starts out with a stick. We don't really think about the comparison between stick and computer, but like really the progress between trying to get machines to work on their own versus just using machines in combination with humans, it pretty much is the combination of human and machine is always better. It's always better. So I think we'll see automation with the current AI, in which they'll do really simple tasks for us. And then for the more complex tasks, which is again pretty in line with human history, we'll see human to brain interface. So Neuralink, where they implant the brain, the little coin chip, whatever, and it detects brain signals. We'll get that technology will far more uh, outpace and out advance AI, in my opinion. That's what I think will happen. So I could be wrong. However, I just don't see the current form of AI ever one gaining sentience, two feeling emotions. It makes zero sense for it to feel emotions. I just really hate the fact that we anthropomorphize. Is that what it's called? Anthropomorphize pretty much everything. We do it with
Yeah,
dogs. We do it with every pet. We like we project our human emotions on them. It's really stupid, and we do it with technology. Like it just is what it is. But I the idea that this stuff is gonna come alive and be like, wow, what's going on?
yeah. I think we should be focused on putting the human soul into a machine.
I still
Can we create
disagree.
a human soul?
So
I think we need to. The only way forward is forward. We need to put it. We need to find out if we can create a human soul and put it into the body of a machine.
I think your first step is discovering if human soul exists.
It does. I believe in the human soul.
That's fine, you can believe in it, but you have to convince the whole world that it's true, or at least most of the world. So I don't know.
That's what the robot is for.
There are actually scientists who work on that. A lot of them are called astrobiologists. Pretty cool. There's a chick again on the Joe Rogan show. She came on
Yeah.
there, and their whole shtick that they're doing is they're trying to simulate the origin of life in a computer. So that would be kind of in line with what you're talking about, in
Yeah.
order to prove that like this is not an accident and blah blah blah, and like just kind of study the process. So I mean there are people working on that stuff, but again I just don't see the current technology getting to that point to of that we keep picturing in our brain, which is kind of normal. Like think about it.
I
Think
think.
about
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, go ahead before I move us
I
on.
think we're focused on all the wrong things, Doug. I think we're moving too fast. We're moving too fast. We need to focus on the simpler things, like Hunter Biden snorting crack off Mally Obama's asshole. That man has got it figured out, Doug. I don't know what we're sitting over here talking about like stupid shit like
I know.
AI and human
I know.
souls and robots.
That guy goes to
Meanwhile,
Ukraine, fucking smuggles $1 billion, does a lot of crack cocaine, messing around with a lot of hookers. Some of them may or may not have been underage.
And
What
then
a
his
life
dad
that guy's
just
living.
fucking pardons
And
him.
then his dad, all throughout the year, says, "I'm not gonna pardon my son." It gets 2 months left. It goes, "I'm pardoning my son."
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
outside the right being like, we knew it was coming, they're scumbags, and outside the left being, well, he should do that. Blah 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 blah. How
Honestly,
base?
like
How
even
base is Joe Biden, dude? How base is Joe Biden?
this is pretty base. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Holy shit.
and if Hunter Biden wasn't like a pedophile,
Mm-hmm.
then I might see some level of baseness in it.
Yeah, the
Snorting crack
family in
and
general.
stealing a bunch of it. But like this is pretty crazy. He's like, I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision
Oh wait,
making.
we should clarify before we start. Hunter Biden. Most people don't know this shit. Hunter Biden is Joe Biden's. Is it his first son or second son? It's one of his
I think
sons,
it's
but
I think it's second.
I think
I
it's
think
second
Bo
too.
is his first son,
Yeah, and he
and
died, right?
Bo
Bo died.
died. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bo died. Yep.
Um. So yeah. So so Hunter is his second son, and the dude's a fucking tax evading crackhead. He's a pedophile. Like, dude is just the lowest of the low, a complete
Yeah, he's a
scumbag.
scumbag.
Yeah,
Yep.
like he's a completely terrible person. And I don't really care much for the politics between Trump and them anymore, just because Trump won. But
Yeah.
Trump tried to have this investigated, and then they tried to impeach Trump over it. Anyways, recently the president Joe Biden pardoned his son, and for those who don't know what pardon is, basically the president has the power to be like, uh, you're free from prison. You can't go to jail for this crime. Is the best way to do it. And this
He could have freed Diddy. He could have.
How fucking crazy! Actually, it'd be a really terrible idea for him to do that.
No, it'd be hilarious. Yeah, I would do it,
It
dude. I
would
would
be funny.
100% do it.
It
It
would
would
be
be
funny.
hilarious, dude. Imagine the lawyer sitting there, like, all right, we've invested like hundreds of thousands of dollars into the 120 cases, right? And they're just sitting there, like, looking through their files. And they look at the fucking TV screen playing in their office. This just in: P Diddy has been pardoned by Joseph
But
Biden.
Joe Biden, Joe
Then
Biden,
they
what if
have a
he?
client in the room with them as it happens, who's like, she puts like a tissue up to her face, talking about all the horrible things that happened to her.
Oh my god, dude!
That'd be hilarious. And then you're just sitting there as a lawyer, like, fuck.
The amount of chaos Joe Biden has caused since they kicked him out of the running the next election, it's just so crazy. That guy clearly does
I
not give
love it.
a fuck anymore. He does not care about the Democrat Party. He doesn't care about the Republican Party. He doesn't care about us. He don't care about the U.S. He is just taking the most massive old man shit all over the country, and it's crazy watching it happen live. He pardoned his crackhead son. He's he's selling all the U.S.'s Bitcoin for fun. He he's just sending like $2 trillion. We've sent like $4 trillion. Sorry, we have not sent $4 trillion. He's just blowing up the debt in 1 year. $4 trillion in 1 year of debt, and like two. I think he just like signed off 2 more billion to Ukraine in like 2 weeks or some crazy shit. Like the man is just fucking. He's just off
Yeah,
the
I mean,
wall right now.
honestly, like, I can understand why Biden made this decision, and I don't blame him for it.
No,
I
I
do
mean,
blame him for
yeah,
not, teaching his son to not, fuck underage, children.
I,
But
dude, it's such the minimum. It's the minimum. You know what I mean? It's the bare
yeah,
minimum. Please, I don't
yeah,
care that you evade taxes. Most people are evading. Well, not most people. Most
yeah,
rich people are evading their taxes. I don't care that you
yeah,
snort crack. There's a lot of people snorting crack. Why, man? Why the children? Why you gotta do that, man?
exactly.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I mean, it's like such an easy rule to
Oh
follow.
my god, dude. We're not even talking like the whole. Oh, went to the EU and like, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's like, I mean, the amount of money like he's stolen has been like a drop in the bucket in comparison to everything else going on.
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that's what he did, and Biden just doesn't care. Just does not care anymore. He doesn't give a fuck. He just can't be bothered. He's just doing whatever's best for him and his family, and that is basically it.
ooh, look at Hallie Jackson. Is this what NBC is trying now? They're trying to put on sexy women to fix their, crumbling corporation. Is that what's
Have you
happening?
seen Scott Jennings on CNN?
No, who's Scott Jennings?
I'm unfamiliar with him before the current stuff, but from what I see now, he is kind of like, I don't want to call him right wing, but he is right wing compared to the left crazy motherfuckers on the panel he talks with. So it's basically just him and like five left or four left women and one left male, and he just has to fight them on everything. It's fucking hilarious. But
Yeah,
he's
let's take a
rising
look
in
at Scott Jennings.
popularity because of it. I would say CNN is trying to turn the leaf a little bit.
I don't really care what CNN does, or they're all legacy media. They'll be dead eventually anyway, so I'm not really too concerned with them. Boop. Let's see what Scott Jennings has to say. Heated debate over Hunter Biden pardon.
Yeah, I can't.
Where are
I
you, Scott
cannot play the
Jennings?
audio of it. It's gonna get us. Whatever. Fuck it.
You can't play the audio.
Yeah, we get demonetized whenever we run these videos. Just go for it. Fuck it. Who cares? Just play it.
Well, I mean, Doug, if we're gonna get demonetized for playing it, then maybe we shouldn't.
Fuck it. Run it. Who cares?
What? What? Won't we get like copyright striked or something?
Fuck them. Who cares?
What happened to the follow the rules, Doug? What's happening?
I don't care.
Doug, I'm the
Trump's in
chaotic
office.
one.
I don't care. Trump's in office. Play the damn video. Who cares?
Democratic governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, there are Democrats saying they're not happy that President Biden made this decision.
So which one's Scott Jennings?
Well,
He's the guy on the right.
The president went ahead and did what he thought was right for him and to protect his son. And I think there are going to be Democrats who, from a political perspective, are going to feel like they may have to say something, but who probably on the inside understand why President Biden went ahead and did this. And I got to tell you, crowing from Republicans, and I know my dear friend Scott will have plenty to say about this, but we're talking about, Donald Trump is a convicted felon who literally
Here we go.
pardoned his daughter's father-in-law and just made him ambassador to France. So if we're going to talk about, who's using what system in what fashion, let's put it all on the table and let's be honest about the fact that Donald Trump doesn't really have a leg to stand on in this one.
So, Scott Jennings, what about that? Steve Bannon, Charles Kushner, Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, Michael Flynn, and Charles Kushner not just pardoned, but also apparently about to be nominated ambassador to France.
Joe Biden is leaving office making the strongest possible case for Donald Trump that anybody could possibly make it, and that's that our government and our justice system is of, by, and for the elites and nobody else. He ran to banish Trumpism from our political system in this country, and he has left it politically and now institutionally the strongest possible political force in this country. It is a complete and utter failure by the head of the Democratic Party and the President of the United States. Never again do I want to hear, oh, Donald Trump's a liar. You can't believe anything he says. Donald Trump will abuse his power. Donald Trump will only use the system to benefit himself and his family and so on and so forth. Never again. I have one question for Karen, and that is,
No shot. Her
why
name
did
is
he
Karen.
need an 11-year blanket pardon going back to 2014 when Joe Biden was the vice president? We are sitting on the biggest cover-up of who knows what crimes, and Joe Biden amazingly knows exactly, roughly, when it started. He knows about when it all started.
Oh, yeah.
He's leaving office in complete and total disgrace. He is a liar, and there is no other way to spin this today. This has nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with the character of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Let me...
Yeah, so it was not just a pardon for, the current known crimes, which is owning a gun and doing drugs and tax evasion, but the pardon is 11 years long. And it goes back to when Joe first sent Hunter to Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the whole point of a pardon, though, Doug, is to alleviate them of any and all crimes.
Yeah, I know, but for those who aren't privy to the whole corruption thing, it's pretty funny that he basically said, "Don't worry, bro. Any crimes you committed in the past 11 years, which you're free. It's fine."
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him for it. I don't blame him for it. I probably would have done the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
would've done.
Like, I'm on the same page, dude. I'm like, I don't really care anymore. This stuff was all really obviously like happening, right? Like for us, it was really obvious, and that's why we supported Trump at the beginning. So it is what it is. But it is just
However, at a certain point, you do have to be like, you got to give him some tough love, right? Like if it was me, it's like,
he's
I'm
82.
okay, fine, you can leave,
Yeah, but how many more
huh?
years do you think he has with his kid? Realistically, like what is tough? Like tough love would be like what? Probably ignoring him and cutting him off, but you wouldn't see him anymore. Biden's 82. Oh, you're a kitty. Biden's 82. He's got fucking no time left. He's got no time left to spend with his son. He's gonna do it. Is whether his
Yeah.
son is tweaking out or not. Like he's not gonna
If it
care.
were me, like it's known that Hunter Biden is just a scumbag. He's fucked underage kids. He's done crack. He's fucked over Ukraine. He's fucked over the American taxpayer. Right.
Mm-hmm.
All this is known information.
Oh yeah.
I would send him to an island to live with monks for 2 or 3 years and have him find some sort of fucking religious spiritual figure and figure it and then find a way to forgive yourself, dude.
Okay,
'Cause
like in my, I don't know. I don't like again. I don't think for Biden it makes sense because he's gonna die soon. But at the same time, thinking about it realistically, they've kind of already tried a lot with Hunter. They've sent him to rehab. He keeps saying he's clean. He's clearly not clean. Blah blah blah. Like he's pretty much always been a thorn.
once again, they didn't send him to the monks. You gotta send him to the monks.
I know. Yes. What I'm saying is like at this point, I don't think anything is gonna change that guy. Like I
No,
just don't.
if you send him to the monks will change him. The monks will absolutely change him.
I guess. I don't know.
If you send him to Tibet, if you send him to the Tibetan monks, they will 100% change that man.
There are no more Tibetan monks. China wiped them all out.
God damn it! Fucking China, you pieces of shit! You took the one good thing we had. You took the people that discovered coffee. You monsters! You monsters! I can't take it anymore, China. I can't take it. You took away the one last good thing on this fucking planet. They discovered coffee. You fucking
Did
psychopath.
they actually? Is that real? You just making shit up. The Tibetan monks who live in mountains discovered coffee? That doesn't sound right.
I think it was who discovered coffee.
Ethiopia goat herder.
No, that's fake. That's fake. That's fake. That's fake. That is totally fucking fake.
Okay. I feel like it'd be.
No, it was not an
Everyone is saying
Ethiopian fucking thing. No, it's not. Once again, this is a fucking lie. This is bullshit. This is a fabricated bullshit story.
Okay, well, there's a Jewish
It is not a
story.
fucking
No, I don't know if it's that one.
monks who discovered coffee. Trying to tell me it's some sort of fucking Ethiopian goat. Shut the fuck up. There we go. The Sufi monks in Yemen. 15th century. There you go. So it was the Sufi monks in Yemen. Okay.
Okay. I
Yeah.
still kind of doubt that if I'm being honest, but whatever.
Yeah. Origin of coffee. Yeah, once again, the goat hoarder story is false. It's a fake fabrication by the media. It's fake. It completely ignore this. He told a local monk about his discovery, and we have such good paperwork on this one individual. Go get fucked. It was the monks in Yemen that found it, not fucking some goat herder named Kaldi from Ethiopia. Fucking Jewish media, I swear to God.
I don't think the Jews would actually promote Yemen. Yemen is where the Houthis are based. They're currently at war.
No, they're promoting an Ethiopian that doesn't actually exist.
Okay.
But that's a whole other issue. That's a whole other issue.
I don't.
I'm gonna
If I'm being honest, I don't think either did it. But yeah, whatever. Play the video.
Yeah, whatever.
Let me give some context to what Scott is saying.
Oh, nothing is real. The world is a lie.
Because this part,
correct.
I do not believe you mentioned it. Not just granting clemency for the crimes for which Hunter Biden was convicted of illegally purchasing a gun of tax evasion, but also a blanket pardon for any federal crimes that may have been committed basically between 2014 and 2024. So what about that literal get-out-of-jail-free card for a 10-year period, Karen?
Well, look, literally, the president recognizes that Republicans have been for years.
Why are we
now
deflecting?
trying
Why are we
to
deflecting?
That's all they know. That's all they know how to
president
do.
himself, go after his family. And when you have someone who literally ran their campaign
It's so boring.
on
I know.
retribution,
Same thing, dude. I'm
on
in
the
the same
idea
way.
of I will be your
Fucking bothered.
retribution and getting back at his enemies.
Why are we just answer the question?
You know, I reported 3 articles today from Google that all said the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
That there
I
is
don't doubt it.
nothing that can be
I just
done
report them for
to
terrorism.
circumvent,
Can't be bothered.
what I'm gonna do to
They're all
protect my
terrorists.
son and to try to take the target off of his back, once and for all. So that's my reading of it.
Shit.
But again,
Demonetized
I
on
think
Google for saying
the
terrorism. You can't say that.
hypocrisy here, it is astounding. I mean,
Why do we care anymore? We don't even make any money off of this, Doug.
I
We
know.
do this for free.
I
We do
know.
this. We do this for free.
We're doing you fucking viewers a favor.
Yeah, our 2 viewers, they're both
Yeah.
flicker gooning to each other.
That's cool. I like that.
Some old, like some 40-year-old women that are swingers in like Northern Europe.
I like that.
Helga and Olga
Go.
flicker gooning on our fucking
Crazy.
channel.
Scott,
Crazy
did you
women from the
have
Netherlands.
The same concerns
Yeah.
over a justice system for the elite, as you put it before, when it was Donald Trump pardoning Steve Bannon, Paul Manafort, Roger
I love
Stone,
we just talked over
Michael
her.
Finn,
No idea what
Charlie
she said.
Kushner. Same concern then?
I don't really care about any of these people.
Listen, you guys.
I do
can spend
think
all
Scott
day long
Jennings and them like kind
trying
of
to spin
challenging
this, that
each
this
other
is
now
Donald Trump's
is a good
fault,
sign for
that
CNN.
this is
But
somehow
yes,
caused
in
by
general,
Donald
who the fuck
Trump.
cares?
Oh, he's appointing the wrong people. Oh,
Yeah.
he did it. Oh, this is the worst possible thing a president could possibly do to his party and to the country, to sit for a year and say, I will not do this. I will not do this. The rule of law is sacred. We have to respect the justice system. Juries, we have to respect juries. We have to respect.
I don't like that he's
guardrails
deflecting either.
in
He
the
should
norms of our
address the
democracy.
reasons why they were
These
pardoned,
people
or
are
if
liars.
them being pardoned was
Transitory.
something to be
I
done.
think
Success.
he has
The
to be
border is
careful
secure. Robert Hur is a liar.
getting
The videos
caught
are
for
sheep
like
fakes. Biden has a
libel,
cold.
libel,
He'll never drop out.
slander,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll never
Slander.
pardon Hunter.
Yeah.
or is it
It's
libel?
all a lie.
Libel's
It is
spoken.
all a grift. Every American
Slander.
except
I hate the word grift too. That's become such like a common word.
know,
People are already
dude.
using it
Everyone
right.
says it all the
Today,
time.
he is going to leave off. You think 38, 39% job approval is bad? Just you wait. Just you wait. He's disgraced. Disgraced
don't-
today. Outrageous.
You don't need to, but Scott, you don't need to hurl names and say people like me are brain rot. That's beyond the pale, even for you, Scott.
Listen,
I
I
disagree.
Oh my God, I hate politics so
I
much.
know.
Doug.
I just hate their side of politics. Like,
Doug, I'm not. Once again, Doug, I'm completely neutral. I don't care about any of this. But
I like it
at
when
the
they
point-
yell
at
at
the
each
point
other
that-
and call each other
at the
names.
At the point we're saying the words like brain rot in a sentence, like unilaterally on CNN, it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, they have to keep up. It's pretty funny. So like I keep up with the news on X, and I mean it's same minute stuff. Like 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Like at most I'm behind by 12 hours, right? But it takes these guys 48 hours at least to get even the like smallest piece of information about anything out, and they're so slow. So
Yeah.
like
and everybody who went on TV and said, "Oh, look how he's the modern George Washington." He's drained every ounce of credibility from every surrogate. If Karine Jean-Pierre had an ounce of self-respect, she'd get off the plane in Africa today. They're going so she can avoid the press and resign. He's drained all of her credibility, and everybody else who's defended this, it's draining for them forever.
Well, and Karen, to be fair, Joe Biden, we did play that sound earlier, did flat out say on multiple occasions, and the press secretary did, that he would not pardon Hunter Biden.
what annoys me the most
He sure did.
of
And
all
I will tell
things
you that he probably heard from
Yeah.
a lot of people who
is that
said,
people like this chick,
"You know what,
which
sir,
are pretty common,
go ahead and do
they
it.
refuse
You
to
should go
admit
ahead and
that
protect
their
yourself, because
candidate
who knows what Trump
is probably a
Trump's
piece of shit.
Department of Justice
People have
will
really
do.
no
And
problem
they
talking
say
about
that the
Trump.
number
You know
one
what I
goal
mean?
is
People
to
kind of
keep
admire
you
him because
You
he's a
do
piece of
not
shit,
take
you know,
that
and like some
Yeah.
of the funniest ways are like,
I'm
that's
gonna-
pretty
this is
funny.
one
When he
thing that I
insults
can
somebody,
do
you're
for
like,
my
that's fucking
child.
funny.
This is one thing I
However,
can do to
it
help
just
get the
bothers
target
me
off
so
of
much.
his
The
back.
other side thinks they have like this moral high ground. They're fucking,
And again,
their president is the god. You know what I mean? Like he's the saint.
Yeah.
Trump's the bad one. And this other. It's like, dude, what are you doing? How do you swing this in any other way other than your fucking president just, wants his son to be absolved of his crimes? Like, what? How do you swing that? But, like, again, I reported articles all day long, because this is what I got from Google. Google would be like, Elon Musk trolls Biden by, putting a community note on him. It's like, what are you saying, huh? Like,
Elon Musk puts community notes on everything. Elon himself has been community noted, admitted that he's been community noted.
Dude, I know,
it's not
but
even like...
it's insane. Like, it's pure insanity. Like, even the simplest things. It's like, dude, he said he was not going to pardon him. He pardoned him. How do you swing that in any other way other than that dude's a liar? Like, and then that's the other line they're running with is like, oh, well, the Republicans were going to get him for committing crimes? Huh? They were going to get him for committing crimes? And that... Yeah,
I mean, from the very beginning, this
like,
has
what?
never been this has never been a morality contest. This has never been like a virtue contest.
It just
And
bothers
they're not going
me.
to
The
admit
other
it.
side doesn't admit it. That's the part that bothers me. It's so annoying.
They need their figurehead. They need to support their figurehead. She's doing what, like, Karen, whatever the fuck her name is.
Karen, yeah,
She's doing
believe it or not,
whatever.
her name is Karen.
Yeah, funny, but she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. She's defending the candidate, even though she probably knows he did the wrong thing. She doesn't care.
So here's my second problem.
She's a career politician.
Here's my second part with these people is the only explanation for their behavior is that they have actually no foundation for their own moral ground. Do you know what I mean? Like, they have not spent a single second.
You put me in the same position as Karen here. I'm saying the same shit she's saying. I'm not even joking you. You put me in like, I am like literally, Doug. It's either if you say something bad about Biden, or if you make the party look weaker than it already does right now, which is not a good look, by the way. You face the wrath of the DNC. You face the wrath of the Clinton campaign, the Obama administration, which is still somewhat in effect. Like, listen, dude. If I'm a career politician on the left, I'm fighting hard. I'm fighting all the way for my candidate.
Okay, hold on, stop. So you think that this woman actually has a brain, and that not only does she have a brain, but she is so worried that if her brain, critical thinking skills are exposed, she will be hunted, and she tells the truth, she will be hunted down and excommunicated, thank you, from, making money, basically. That's what you're saying.
Literally.
Okay, fine.
Literally.
I will take that.
She is protecting her paycheck.
Fine. I will take that over the idea that she's just so fucking stupid that she will just literally parrot anything said in front of her, and all the people around her, like, they're just in this literally, like, retard bubble where they just say stupid shit and they think it's true. I will take I think your idea, or your idea of this person is way better than mine. And I hope that's actually the truth for all the stupidity in the world. Because I swear to God, if it's the other one, then I'm quite worried for humanity. I'm very worried. If it's the other one, where this bitch is just so fucking stupid that she will just say anything on the teleprompter and doesn't think at all, then I'm terrified. Or maybe not, because again, Trump won. So in general,
once again, if I'm a Democrat, I'm saying the same thing she is. I want to go back to my nice, cushy 2 or 3 story home and flicker goon on the couch while watching Netflix. And I can't do that if I lose my job.
Did you see the political ads where they had Republican senators come in, and some guy was like beating his meat, and then it'd be like, this Republican senator wants to take away your porn. You ever seen those? Dude, they're so funny. They started running him at the end. They were so desperate.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really care about any of that. Like, I'll always have access to whatever I want on the internet. I'm not even really concerned about internet being regulated.
My comment wasn't trying to inspire fear over the idea that you would have porn or not. I was trying to make fun of the ad. Okay.
Doug,
I'm not trying to
inspire fear. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you inspired fear a little bit by saying porn.
I can tell. I mentioned taking away porn. You're like, well, not my porn. I've got fucking VPNs, and I've got an endpoint in Syria, and.
Yeah, literally, I walked outside on the front porch with my beer belly and my shotgun, like, what porn you taking, son? Not my porn. I'll tell you that right now. Where's my Coors Light? Honey, get my Coors Light. Where's the beer fetcher?
Maybe that
right here, Dad. Right here, Dad. What beer do you want today? Don't hit me.
In hindsight, maybe that ad worked.
Yeah.
Based on your reaction.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy
like,
shit.
not my porn, Sonny.
Oh,
Listen,
God.
my big goth girls and on fucking Rule 34 and DeviantArt are not going to be stolen from me by some goddamn Republican. I'll tell you that right now.
By the way, I think the reason Scott Jennings says things like brain rot is because he's starting to spend a lot of time on Twitter and X. And
He needs to stop.
I
I like my politicians outside of the influence of
I don't. I would
Twitter.
rather have this. So that's the other thing with people who voted for the left. They hate this form of
Are you
politics.
guys gonna get the battle pass on Fortnite? You can't buy the battle pass on Fortnite if the Democrats take away your right and make you go all the way to Iraq to fight. You gotta get the battle pass on Fortnite. You gotta get the battle pass on Fortnite.
At least this form of politics is more truthful and like easier to like analyze from just a more human being perspective than I don't know. You could swap that middle guy with the chick on the left, and they basically were saying the same shit, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't know the difference. So I mean, again, I only know Scott Jennings' name because of what he says and because he differentiates from all the other fucking NPCs on CNN. So for him, and again, I'm not the only one. For him, it works, right? Like now he's kind of becoming quite famous because
Yeah.
he says logical shit. But yeah.
Yeah, he's like the next Ben Shapiro, and then he's gonna get annoying like Ben Shapiro did.
then he's gonna get made Secretary of Defense or State. Sorry.
Wait, they're making Ben Shapiro Secretary of State or Defense?
Oh no, sorry. That's Scott. That's Rubio. My bad. Rubio.
Yeah, about to say, Doug, you're gonna have me worried there for a second.
My fault. Sorry.
It's like, and it's like, what was I about to say? It's like what are debates going to be in the future, right? Like, we gonna lower tax rates for real on the down low for real, and then the other candidate's like, on God, no cap. Sorry, buddy, your tax rates have been busting up higher than my fucking grandma's ass after she twerked on the counter. Listen, candidates, we're not going to be taking none of this no more. It's time to get down with the skibbity and the sigma, and it's time to start flicker gooning these tax rates down into the actual low rates by not giving them to the big house dogs.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about? You're complaining about getting old, by the way. Congratulations. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? That doesn't feel good. yeah, you don't like that.
I look pretty young for my age, Doug. I look pretty young for my age.
It doesn't matter how you look. You still sound like an old man. These damn kids and the way they talk. I can't stand it.
I can sound however I want, Doug. I can sound however I want.
What's a sigma?
I can sound however I want.
I'm missing when politicians use words like gigantuan and, talked about complicated things like the economy. Now they just be talking about skibbity toilet. I don't know what skibbity toilet is. That's you.
Yeah, I know what skibbity toilet is.
That's you.
Yeah.
What's it? Why are they talking about the price of glizzies? I don't know. What's a glizzy and why is its price so high?
Why is the price so high on Glizzy coin? I bought Glizzy coin using my fucking Coors Light stocks. I sold all my stocks in Coors Light just so I could buy some Glizzies. And now they're fucking Glizzy coin is my top rated coin right now, and it's fucking tanking.
Skip it at toilet.
I knew I shouldn't.
Point times 5 to the sigma.
I knew I should have just invested in fucking Shiba Inu coin. I knew that was the better investment.
Back in my day, there was only Dogecoin.
And fart coin.
And fart coin. My ears are fucking infected, man. It hurts so bad.
Your ears infected?
Yeah.
It's probably from listening to all this brain rot.
True. I guess this fucking weather, man. I cannot stand it in the state when it gets cold and dry. It's like the worst part. All my nose and my ears just don't know how to react.
Trump's border jar does not fuck around.
Nah, Tom Homan is fucking funny. All right, well, I think that covers today. Oh, we didn't talk about the UFOs. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there was I think it was UFO. I think it was.
Oh, there's just non-stop stuff about UFOs. I'm so excited. And apparently tomorrow there's going to be a war in the sky between UFOs. It's going to be great.
I'm sure. Let's see what the
lit up the entire cab of my cruiser to the point where
So there should be video, right? Let's see what happens.
Just skip to the.
Okay, we have CGI. Show me the actual video.
Looks like AI to me.
Like plasma moving constantly. And I was perplexed and confused at
You
what I
just
was
described a
looking
helicopter.
Oh, this is a CGI generated video of the event.
Yeah, I want to see the actual video.
There is no actual video. You need to go to X and look in UFO stuff. Come on, get to the good stuff. You're not gonna find it on YouTube.
Back in the day,
There is no.
Am I getting? Maybe I am getting old.
Yeah, I know. It is what it is. Me too.
Let's see. Okay, this is what he's referring to. Let's see.
I don't. Now this is today.
Yeah, looks like it. Sounds like he was describing.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is the footage. So there's a lot of buzz right now on X about UFOs. There's actually been some buzz on mainstream media too about UFOs, and the story is that tomorrow at like 3 a.m. Of today. So I'll try and get this video out tomorrow. It'll probably be posted after the supposed war in the sky between UFOs.
Move around the tripod here.
Oh no, he's moving around the tripod. Where's my beer fetcher?
There's no shot.
I don't like this UFO. It's real shiny. This is one of the shinier UFOs I've seen.
This guy just sounds like he does this all day long.
Probably. Well, you see, and I feel like the reason that thing is so bright is because it's reflecting all the light that's bouncing off of it, which means you're looking at probably something that's like a black hole, but not really.
Black holes absorb light. They don't. They wouldn't look like that.
Well, yeah, like an inverted black hole. I'm not sure what the terminology for that would be.
I mean, a white hole, but no one's ever seen a white hole. It's only a theory.
Until now.
Not a white hole. A white hole that close? I don't even know what would happen.
Yeah, what is an inverted? Is that really what it's called, a white hole?
I mean, I don't know what you mean by inverted.
It would reflect all light, so all light that would enter it would be reflected instead of absorbed.
There are like a couple of theories of like the ideas of the connections between black holes and white holes. And actually, I think there was recent proof of one.
Yeah.
They're absorbing around it.
Oh no, this woman is going to make me want to kill myself.
It's always the commentary that is so stupid.
Yeah.
There was a shit ton of fucking lights right now lit up. It's just fucking hovering there.
The commentary is so good.
There's no fucking way, bro.
There's no fucking way, bro.
So, okay, there's a lot of reports about UFOs. A lot of them are being reported over military sites. A lot of them are being reported over nuke sites. And there was a major event. So look up UFO UK. There was a really big event recently where in the UK, supposedly, of course, because, you know, this shit is so fucking funny, but the pilot of a plane that landed in the UK took this picture here, that one, and apparently this ball just kind of came down straight out of the sky. Yeah, like this. He's in the cockpit of the plane. Oh, maybe. Yeah, anyways, it comes down.
It right there?
That's it right there. Yeah, and the picture has been enhanced using AI in different places. I try to avoid looking at those because I don't want any, you know, this is a fake thing. But yeah, this is apparently a
wow,
UFO.
they found a beach ball. Good job, UK. Yeah, now I remember why we fucking beat your ass in the last war. What's going on here? Show me something cool.
None of them do anything cool. Trust me, I've been watching this shit, like, yeah. A lot of them just kind of zip off when approached by U.S. aircraft.
Whoa, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, yeah, that one kind of does some weird shit.
I don't know what's going on with audience, Doug. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what's going on with
I
the
don't know.
audience here.
So this one I think is a searchlight for sure. Spotlights, sorry. It's just bouncing off the clouds.
I don't know.
That looks a
honestly
lot
don't
like
know.
the way spotlights kind of act. So,
Maybe.
but yeah. Oh, there's
So this is what they're saying it looks like?
yeah, this is a 3D recreation from the image of what
The
what
UFO OC. The UFOC. Gonna fuck the hole.
Yeah. There was another one recently. It's not in the UK. There was one recently that got released in which you could actually see into the cockpit. At least that's what they kept saying. I couldn't see it. But
Yeah, I
this,
mean,
this
this is
one's going
definitely just
viral.
like a regular probe drone.
That looks like a. Oh. Uh,
Honestly, Doug, I'm getting tired of this whole UFO thing.
I just hate the edging. I
The
hate the
edging.
edging. The edging, yeah, edging. They like tease you.
Oh wait, is this a better video? From
This
UK
is
2008, but doesn't.
it's similar to the recent one they're saying. So this is from an old one. They're saying it's similar to the current one.
I
I
guess.
will say this: the amount of UFO reporting right now is getting so crazy. I mean, it's just constant. Like the amount of posts are just everywhere. We can't go a single day without there being a fuck ton more. Is this a working model? Because it doesn't look like it would work, in my opinion.
I don't know.
And maybe it would, but I don't know.
Well, my only question is, let's see. So I want to.
I thought I'd seen footage of it zipping down, so it kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah, it zips down.
Okay, yeah. It kind of like it just like bolts to that area and like almost in a flat. Like you can still see it go straight down.
It's definitely not using an element that we have made. It's using an element that we are not actually aware of.
Look up South Africa. Apparently, the South Africans shot down one with a laser recently. I think that was today or some shit. They released a report.
Wait a minute, Doug. Why is it always in like white countries, Doug? Why don't we see any like why doesn't Morocco have videos of UFOs flying with their iPhones and stuff, right? Like what's happening in the sub-Saharan desert that they don't have the time to videotape this with their iPhones?
It could be that like it's kind of seen as distasteful to record people in public in places like that.
Or it could just be that they're starving and have more concerns
Morocco is
whether or not they have an iPhone.
Morocco's considered. You'd be surprised at how many countries have iPhones.
Not enough, apparently. Because I don't see hundreds of UFO videos popping up.
I can look up the phone number to some fucking random African child in the middle of the desert or jungle. I think there's enough iPhones.
South Africa, 6 in a row moving.
This isn't it. This is not it. This isn't what I was.
Top secret classified from a crashed craft with live beings. All right, let's read it. May of when?
1985, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't read this.
Yeah, let me open the image in a new tab and then go to zoom mode.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you want me to read it or you?
At 13H45 GHT on 7th of May 1989.
89, okay.
Tafelberg Naval Frigate radioed Cape Town Naval Headquarters. Report an unidentified flying object. The object enters South African airspace. Radio contact was attempted. All communications to object proved futile. Air Force Base was notified. 2 armed FIIG fighters were scrambled. The object suddenly changed course at great speed, which would be impossible for military aircraft to duplicate. Reported that they had radar and visual confirmation, blah, blah, blah. Squadron leader reported that several blinding flashes emanated from the object. It started wavering while still heading in a northerly direction. It was reported the object was decreasing altitude at a rate of 3,000 feet per minute. Then at great speed, it dived at an angle of 25 degrees and impacted in desert terrain.
Here's the more interesting part, in my opinion. Go back up. So it says they fired the experimental mounted Thor 2 laser cannon. Now, here's why that's interesting. Lasers are only supposedly just now being implemented as weapons. And yet, this report is from 1989 in South Africa. So these guys are saying that laser technology was actually so viable back then that they could use it to shoot down not only just another aircraft, but also a UFO. But apparently, Debunked or what? I don't know.
I don't know, Doug. I think the military budget has kind of doesn't really seem to justify the price tag
I
on this
think
thing.
these guys are smoking crack is what's going. But okay, let's say this is true, and here's where I'm taking this, and this is why. I still think these UFOs are not actually physical. I think they're just really great holograms produced by our mastering of laser technology. But anyways, continue. Go ahead.
Crater of 150 meters in diameter and 12 meters in depth.
So this is after they shot it
A
down.
silver-colored disc-shaped object, 45 degrees, embedded in the side of the crater. Around objects, sand and rocks were fused together by the intense heat. Intense magnetic and radioactive environment around object resulted in electronic failure in Air Force equipment. Suggested by team leader that object be moved to classified Air Force base for further investigation, and this was done. Terrain of impact was filled with sand and rubble to disguise all evidence of this event having ever taken place. As if anyone gives a fuck. Type of craft, unknown, suspected extraterrestrial or origin, same thing. Identifiable markings, none. A curious insignia forged into metal on side of craft. Dimensions, 20 yards, 9.5 yards, 50,000 kilograms weighted. Material, pending further laboratory results. Flawless, polished, smooth silver color. No visible seams noted inside on outer surface or craft. 12 unevenly spaced, flush with outer surface oval-shaped portholes.
Interesting.
Hydraulic type landing gear was deployed, suggesting that electronic
Okay.
malfunction caused object to crash.
Yeah.
Due to Thor 2 laser cannon being fired at craft.
How?
While the investigating team observed the object at classified AFB, a loud sound was heard. It was then noted that a hatch or entrance on lower side of the craft had opened slightly. Later pried open with heavy mechanical gear. And that's all it shows.
Okay. Well, I believe there is also footage of it. Maybe type UFO crash in desert?
Is this it?
This is not it. This is something more recent, and I can't tell if it's real or not, but...
Not interested in War of the Worlds, Doug. I just want to play video games, Magic the Gathering, and Flickergoon. The aliens are getting in the way of that, so they need to be dealt with.
I hope we start fucking... If it's real, I just hope we start bombing everything out of the sky, dude. I think that shit would be so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Imagine
you're
like a little ant. This is a
Cape?
cloud wall. I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah,
this has to
cloud
do with
wall.
UFOs.
UFO sighting, and I see darkness.
I
see
lights in the fucking
lights.
blackness.
Skyscraper-sized UFO, bro. Are you sure you weren't just on acid, Mr. Mr. Hollywood?
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on here. This looks
meteor.
something.
That's a meteor.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's following something.
No, it's falling out of the sky. That's what it looks like.
No, it's following something.
Dude, okay, but why is it burning up in the atmosphere? That doesn't make any sense. It's not following something. It's probably something broken off.
Pilots flying from Saudi Arabia to Nigeria had a multiple UFO encounter and filmed it.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Let's see.
I don't. The sun, the North Star. What are we looking at here?
If I'm being honest, Doug, I think these craft are they're extraterrestrial craft, but they're being piloted by our government.
Fine, I'm okay with that thing too. As long as our government's involved, I don't care. You can hit me with any theory you want, just as long as you involve our government.
I think 100% that they've had these craft for a while. They've just been working on figuring out how they operate, and so now they've kind of figured it out.
It's the rumor.
So
I'm not entirely sold. However, I will say, if you look at the evolution of our own aircraft, it kind of does get closer and closer to that circular form, that disc form, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. But obviously, these aircraft are they don't have anything in them. They don't have actual aliens in them for the most part. There are some that do, but I don't know what the fuck this is. There's something coming off of it. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. This video is
This
fake.
is from
It's
2003.
CGI. It was created in 2004 by Chris Oakley.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, community notes. I didn't see that.
Yeah, community notes is the real one. You know why?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh
What is
wow.
this one?
Wow, look at that. What the
What
hell?
the fuck?
Bro, what in the hell is
Okay,
that?
these are just drones.
Imagine
Those are
seeing
just
that
drones.
in the sky. I'd be fucking. I know, but imagine before drone tech you saw that shit. I'd be pissing myself.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the guy live streaming? No, I don't think so.
Mm.
It looks like the same footage.
I didn't see anything, so.
Finally, it's happening. Oh, this is the radio
wait.
chatter.
Oh, I see. It's radio chatter. 1 second. Let me go back and turn up the volume. So even the military is involved.
Yeah, they're saying that the U.S. and the U.K. are mounting up for an attack in the U.K. to shoot down some of these drones or aircraft.
Community notes. Is this fake or real?
Community notes, please get on this.
Yeah. May 7th, 1989, the Central Karhali Desert. 2 humanoid entities clothed in tight-fitting gray suits emerged and were promptly taken to makeshift medical center, level 6 of classified Air Force Base. No samples of blood tissue could be taken. When offered various foods they refused to eat. Objects and humanoids would be moved to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base for some advanced investigation and research. So I guess this is supposed to be a photo.
There's my other problem with this shit is that like the look of the aliens are so fucking goofy.
Okay, so someone's saying it's fake, so I'm just gonna believe them.
Yeah, I know. I immediately dismiss any that I see or said are fake too. I think there's footage of the desert crash. Look up UFO desert crash. I believe it sounds exactly like.
I mean,
what
Doug,
they're
if it's from
describing.
19,
Well, I mean, just watch. Oh, hello. I crashed or you crashed?
this is humans piloting it.
Oh yeah, this is what. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is different. This is in New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, there's already reports about first-hand experiences working on these aircraft at Area 52. This is 100% a human piloting it, and they probably fucked up and crashed. Yeah. Rip Bozo. That's what they say. Police body cam records a UFO crash landing. A couple not human 8 to 10 foot beings with eyes in their backyard. Let's see.
Oh, I've seen this one a lot.
And another one's inside in the house.
Let's see.
Nah, these people were smoking crack.
This call you heard in that minutes.
Oh, hey, if those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself.
Wow, thanks, police.
I don't know. Honestly, I think those guys were smoking crack. Like, I'm not sold on that one. I've seen this one a bunch.
I mean, if I can't, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That one.
My doubt is like, okay, listen to this. Listen to this scenario, okay? You're hanging out with your buddies. You're in your patio on the second floor or whatever. You're drinking beers or some shit. You look over and you see a blue light in the sky shaped like a disc. It crashes. Okay?
Yeah.
Then about 10 minutes later, 9-foot beings, like 3 of them, come out of the bushes and start walking towards you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you do, dude? Do you sound like them? Like, ha 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 ha, yeah, I will call you back after the 9-foot. No, you probably fucking shit yourself and run away and never come back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sold on that shit. Some of these reactions just don't make sense. Like that guy who's filming it and he's like, hold on, let me fix the tripod. Does that sound like the reaction of a guy who's seeing fucking UFOs?
Yeah. Stories transporting crash saucers over long distances. So I don't know. I guess we have creatures living under the ocean. I don't care if they don't watch anime and they don't flicker goon. I'm not interested in what they have to say, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, what would they even say? What would we even talk about? Oh, hey guys, how's life under the water? It's okay, I guess. We have like saucers we send up, and you guys kind of fucking kill them and destroy them. And then you've captured a bunch of our dudes. I haven't seen Jim in like 5 years. Is he alive? Is he dead? I don't know. You guys keep fucking capturing everyone.
I'm just
Maybe if you
not.
guys,
I don't know. Like it just. Okay, let's go back to the advanced world versus the unadvanced world, right? So
okay,
let's compare the U.S. to, I don't know, any fucking random Middle Eastern country, but like imagine they didn't have any technology from the U.S. Imagine what that looks like. It would be insane, right? Like it'd be a complete slaughter.
yeah,
So you meet like Iran for the first time, and we didn't sell them all their planes and all that. They don't have iPhones and shit. They don't have anything. They're just sand people, and we meet them for
yeah,
the first time.
yeah.
Would they, in any way, shape, or form, completely removed from American technology, be able to hurt you?
Probably not.
Not only hurt you, but take your body into their fucking lands and dissect it for free. I
I mean,
like, I'm just not sold.
we've dissected aliens. That's nothing
I'm
new.
not sold on it, dude. I'm not sold on this idea that we've shot down
You see, I don't think
advanced
there's
craft.
advanced. I don't think they're that advanced. I really don't. If they were that advanced, they would be wasting time trying to interact and research what's going on above the water.
Okay, so
Because if they,
let me paint a new picture then for you. Okay,
okay,
so you're an explorer, right? Because these guys should be exploring either for research or something else. You're an explorer,
yeah,
and you come across a civilization that is slightly.
hostile.
I mean, okay, fine, maybe they're hostile, but even that's a good scenario. So they're hostile. So what do? Do
Yeah,
you keep sending craft up there and people to get shot down? Probably not, right? Either you stay away
no,
from them or you boomba them into oblivion.
exactly. So they're not all that bright. If they were really smart, they would have come up with anime too. They don't have
All
anime.
I'm saying is I'm not sold because the scenarios don't make any sense to me. Like they just like it doesn't make any sense. At least from a human perspective, it doesn't make any sense.
I
Ugh.
don't really care. All I know is they don't contribute anything to the world. They kind of just do their own thing under the water, and that's cool. You can do that. I don't care. But at the point, if you start causing some world war or something where they could start to draft me, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a problem,
Everything
aliens.
revolves around you.
Yeah,
World War, as long as it doesn't involve me, I don't care. Fucking
exactly.
aliens, as long as it doesn't involve me, I don't care. Kidnap my
Yeah,
mother,
exactly.
take my freaking brothers, kidnap my grandfather, take my friends, I don't care. Just don't hurt my magic or anime.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like imagine me like in a negotiation room with the
No, I
aliens.
would not want to imagine you. Like you got two options that I care about. Either leave me alone and do whatever you want, or take me with you and leave me alone and do whatever you want. That's you. Like,
No,
that's your negotiation.
me in the negotiation room with the aliens is literally just like, listen, we want to explore some of your land. Will you let us do it? You're just gonna see me sitting there on the fucking Game Boy, like, uh, no, you can't do that. Like, okay, well, what if we give you some of our spacecrafts? Like, well, I don't really care about your spacecraft. Do you guys have any like drugs?
Porn and
Do
drugs,
you have any
please.
drugs or
Give me
do
porn
you have
and
any alien
drugs.
porn guys?
Ideally,
Like,
porn and drugs that work well together.
imagine being like a high ranking alien politician, and this is the conversation you're having, as if they're asking for alien porn.
Well, like I always like to try and think like if it's real, then we're ants, right? And they're us. And it's like,
No,
okay, well,
they're
how do
the
you?
ants.
Okay, fine, whatever. Like that doesn't make any sense, but I'm saying in
It
my
does.
scenario, how I would think it's realistic is that they're us and we're the ants.
They
How do
are
you?
ants. They are the ants, Doug.
It doesn't make any sense, dude. It doesn't
It
make any
does.
sense. They're ants, but they're more advanced than us. Like what? How does that? How's it
If
logical?
they're so advanced, how come they keep losing all their spacecraft up here?
That's my point. It doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense, dude. It's illogical. I'm not sold. I don't know. Anyway, supposedly there's this crazy shit going on. Do you know about the remote viewer alien war that's gonna happen at 3 a.m. tomorrow?
The what? The
Okay.
what?
Okay. So hold on. All right. So look up remote viewing on X because it'll be the best source for where this crazy nonsense is going on. It's going viral right now. All right, so not this guy,
Remote viewing.
not Sean. Scroll down. Not Sean. Not Sean. I don't know what
I mean, I just want a basic definition of what remote viewing is, and no one's really describing it.
I thought you knew what it was.
Listen, I know about astral projection. Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Hold on. Before I continue any
Sure,
further
fine.
here,
That'll be good because we can tell the audience what the fuck
remote viewing. What is remote viewing? Practice of using the mind to gain impressions about a distant or unseen object. The goal is to provide information about a person, object, event, or location that is hidden from physical view. In a remote viewing experience, a cinder or beacon views the location, object, or place, and a remote viewer attempts to visualize it. A judge then evaluates the remote viewer's report to see if it matches the target or a set of decoys. A match is considered a hit. The CIA and other intelligence agencies have conducted remote viewing experiments. Some say that the ability to remotely view can be taught, but that motivation and latent ability also plays a significant role.
So it's the astral projection that you're talking about. So
no, astral projection is different from remote viewing. Astral projection is putting yourself into a different plane of thought. This is about trying to find something that actually exists in the real world in this dimension and see it.
Whatever.
It's not
whatever.
It's
okay.
relevant. It's relevant.
There's this guy Hugh who made this trading bot. Okay, and the bot uses all of the internet to come up with predictions on which stocks to invest in.
Yeah.
So he changed. This is 10 years ago, I think. He changed the bot instead to try to predict the future. Not just yeah. So the bot had this theory that Joe Rogan or Trump was going to go on the Joe Rogan podcast 10 years ago. I believe it was 10 years ago. And then after that, about 30 days after that, this is the running theory or running thing. 30 days or give or take a few days, there would be a bunch of UFOs fighting military aircraft in the sky, and December 3rd is the supposed date that happens. Yeah.
Then nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
How do you not know this?
And also,
how do you not know this one? You're supposed to be the conspiracy theory guy.
Terry Davis already did this. He did this before this guy did it. And here, let's go to YouTube.
Oh God, I'm kind of tired. How long is it? Just give me the fucking TLDR.
Terry Davis Temple OS prediction. He's one of the smartest men to ever live.
100 seconds. Click that. No, go back up and click 100 seconds. That was fine.
This one?
Yeah. Click that.
Temple OS, an open-source 64-bit operating system designed to be the third temple prophesied by the Bible. It was created in 2005 by Terry Davis, an exceptionally talented programmer diagnosed with schizophrenia. He wrote the entire operating system himself at his parents' house in Las Vegas, which included a bootloader, kernel, window manager, 3D graphics library, and multiple games, all powered by his own compiler and custom programming language called Holy See. Amazingly, it all fits in under 100,000 lines of code at 1.4 megabytes. Just as God intended. He believed he was God's chosen programmer and implemented features described as a modern-day way of speaking in tongues. It renders graphics at 640 by 480 resolution, limited to only 16 colors. The underlying language, Holy See, resembles C or C++, but has functions that can be invoked without parentheses or arguments, and uses just-in-time compilation, which means it doubles as a shell language that can be executed directly from the terminal. Unlike other operating systems like Linux or Windows, it's ring zero only, which means everything happens directly in the kernel, including user programs. You have complete control over the operating system source code and hardware. That may not seem very safe, but it's the way it is because it's fun. To get started, you'll first want to download the ISO file from the Temple OS website. From there, use a tool like...
Alright, the rest is probably just going to be an explanation of how to use it. Basically, he came up with Temple OS. He designed it. He's one of the smartest people to ever grace this fucking planet, and he killed himself with it by going in front of a train. That's a whole different thing. But essentially, he used it to create a prediction software in Temple OS, and it said three things. It said China, something, and then virus, right? And
really?
So, yes. And so, and it laid it out in a chronological order type of deal, right? Or a time-based order. And so it listed out China something and then virus, right? And then, look 5 years ago, what was happening? Virus in China. So he did it first. They just happened to figure out that you can actually, there's an easier way to do it using AI probably. So, but yeah.
Okay, you want to hear my current theory on it?
Yeah, go for it.
Humans are causing the realities that they believe will happen using the observer effect.
Possibly.
That's my end theory for all this shit.
I think schizophrenia is a part of it. I think people that have schizophrenia are closer to, quote unquote, I'm not going to say the psychic realm, I guess. I don't know what to call it. But the ability to utilize the human consciousness to its fuller potential, more so than other people with schizophrenia, which is why Terry Davis was able to create Temple OS, is because it granted him that ability, so to speak.
I think there are a lot of geniuses who don't have schizophrenia.
Yeah. This is why you can notice someone is looking at you, even if it's out of your view, and then you turn around and there's someone actually looking at you. I think that's the best analogy for it, in all honesty.
Wait, what? This is why you can notice someone is looking at you, even if it's out of your view, like behind you, and then you turn around and there's someone actually looking at you. This is for
I
remote
think it's the simplest analogy, probably.
viewing.
Right?
I don't know. I think there's quantum physics at play. I think there's just normal physics at play. Like, I think
And then, but then you have the fucking Zodiac bitches. I remote view all the time. Also knock on people's minds to make them think of me. Like, yeah, sure you do, Ofra Hazestan. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the crazy people. Like, they said remote viewing, like, once again, and they don't describe the success rate of remote viewing. I don't know how many of these people genuinely believe that remote viewing operates at 100% effectiveness. Like, it probably operates at maybe like 65% on a good day, right? But it's like, if you're able to remote view and there's a 1% chance that you can discover something that can't even be seen by anyone within the sphere of influence, right? That's still insanely impressive, right? But if it only happens 1% out of 100 times, it's still not efficient, right?
Wait, but yeah, it wouldn't work. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah.
Unless, no, probably still wouldn't work.
No.
If
You're trying to remote view into Mariah Carey's bedroom? Because I already tried that, Doug. It doesn't work. She just starts playing, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and you kind of just immediately tune it out.
Right. Well, I'm tired. Maybe we go into this stuff. Maybe we go into this stuff another time. Could be fun.
Maybe. How about the next stream we try to do remote viewing live?
How about, I'll do you one better. How about we go on Twitter, try and find someone who says they've already accomplished remote viewing, and then have them teach us how to do it.
No.
That
CIA
sounds...
already has. We are going to follow the doctrine the CIA have put forth. We're not going to listen to some rando on Twitter.
We'll bring somebody else in and do it. It'll be fucking funny. It'll be fun. I mean, fun. Not funny. Fun.
All right, fine. We'll find a random person on Twitter.
Yeah, and then if it doesn't work, then we can use the CIA document.
Yeah, but what if it does work and then our stream gets shut down?
Then our total of 2 viewers will be quite sad. I'm sorry, Netherlands.
Listen, the Netherlands baddies are out for us, Doug. I'm telling you.
Good.
But we can't get the Netherlands baddies if we spend it all fucking with the government. The government doesn't like it when you find things out. They don't like it when you know things.
The government doesn't like us. We talk about shit that the right doesn't like. We talk about shit the left doesn't like. Dude, the algorithm could not be working against us any more than they are. Yeah. So
I don't know, Doug. I don't know. I'll try to do remote viewing tonight, and I'll let you know if I find
the aliens.
I don't. We encountered. Wait.
To access their superhuman abilities.
Okay, I'm done watching that stupid bullshit. All right, what else?
All right. No. Listen.
I just found what I wrote down in 2022. Official room. Wood. Suits. Chaos. Don't use your devices.
Devices, okay.
Devices. Those nothing do for you. What do you something
Puta.
put in here? Put in here. RV 4:44 p.m. on 2/19/2022. Huh?
I don't know.
All right,
I don't
listen,
know.
Doug. No, hold on. I'm gonna try doing remote viewing.
We're not
I'm gonna
doing
do it
this.
right
We're
now.
not doing this right
I'm
now.
doing
We're
it
not
right
doing
now.
this right
We're
now.
doing it live.
We're
We're
not
doing it
doing
live.
We're not doing this
We're
right.
do-
I'm tired
we're do-
and I've got some
Doug,
shit I need to take care
It's
of.
11:09. No, hold. You have 10
I'm
minutes. Doug.
tired.
You have 10 minutes.
It
You
doesn't.
have
It
10
doesn't
minutes.
take 10 minutes to remote
It
view.
does.
It takes
I'll
hours.
do it in 10 minutes. I will do it in
All right,
10
go.
minutes. I got
Okay,
a fucking
you got
pad of
10
paper
minutes
right here.
starting right now. 11:20. I cut off the stream. Go.
Go. All right. We're doing welcome to my remote viewing speed run. Today we're gonna sorry, 1 second. And then I get my piece of paper and grab my pen. Second, I got my pen over here. 1 second.
Hurry up.
All right, Doug. If I get possessed or something,
It'll be awesome.
it was a good
Get
one.
us a lot of content.
No. All right, I'm switching my camera.
Oh wait, shouldn't I maybe I should write something down. That way you can remote view
No.
to me. Why
Well,
would you write it down? Doesn't
I'm
make any sense.
because I'm the one remote viewing.
If you remote view, the goal of remote viewing is to see something you can't see. That's the whole point.
Well, Doug, how I need to write it down still. I need to like my mind has to be connected to an outsource. There has to be an outsource. If I don't have an outsource, how am I going to visualize it?
What the fuck are you talking? All right, fine, go.
Well-
Just go. You're gonna remote view
Okay.
something you wrote down? Doesn't make any sense, my guy.
No, I'm not remote viewing what I'm writing down. I'm writing down what I'm seeing.
Okay, fine.
I don't have to use my voice.
Okay, but you should remote view my paper or something. Okay, I have a diary here. I will open
It's
it
not
up.
going to help me. I don't want to hear about your Flickr gooning sessions, Doug. I'm sorry.
Okay, oh shit, not this.
Subtle impressions of a target location, event, life form, structure, pretty much anything you can think of, using what is more commonly known as psychic phenomena or intuition.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll write
Okay,
something down, and your goal will be to remote view what's on my paper. Okay.
Remote view what's on your paper.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw something, or write something.
Okay.
Down. Okay.
So is that part of what remote viewing is?
Yeah, the whole goal of remote viewing is to see something, outside your
Draw something.
space. Okay, I'm drawing something.
Draw some.
Okay. Oh, this pen isn't working. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Good to go. Good to go. All right. So it's open.
So I have to remote view something that's in your space, correct? So I'm having to. All right. Well, I'm going to start off by using my pen as kind of like a source of meditation, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how this is done. So this is kind of like a new thing for me, Doug. Sorry if I'm not an expert at this.
You're just winging remote viewing. Okay. Interesting tactic.
How else do you do it?
I don't know. Isn't there a guide or something? I feel like they would.
Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, Wikipedia.
Is expected to give information, blah, blah, blah. Have historically lacked proper controls and repeatability. There's no scientific evidence that remote viewing exists, and the topic of remote viewing is generally regarded as pseudoscience.
Fake news.
Okay.
I don't know if remote viewing is real.
All right, Doug, I'm just going to close my eyes here, and I'm just going to start drawing what I think. So you've drawn something, right?
Yeah, I've drawn
it's a picture?
something. It was well, I mean, it's not an art. It's not a picture, but it's a draw. I don't want to give too much away. It's not words.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. Okay, so it's a drawing.
It's a drawing. Yes, it's a drawing.
All right, so give me a second here, Doug.
Yep. I will focus on
once
it
again,
and try and send it to you.
Something
Yeah.
like that?
No, not even close. No. 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 No.
All right, sorry. I'm trying to. Maybe I need to focus a little bit more.
No.
Something like that? No.
No. No. No.
Is it an apple?
No. No. No.
Hmm. Supposedly, it's a pseudoscience. I'm not sure.
I think there's a guide on how to do it on the internet.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's based on documents that got released by the CIA.
Yeah. Training. Okay, here it is. Directly from the mouth of the beast. So, basic structure of an RV session. Maybe there's something I'm doing wrong, right? And the target.
Looks like I'm not connected to the internet. Interesting.
No, you're connected to the internet. Conducted at SRI for demonstration or training purposes might proceed as follows. An experiment or not otherwise part of the session selects a target photographed. Okay.
Oh my god, if you pay for this website, they'll teach you how to do it. That's so crazy.
Normal mental noise prevents access to that data. Claims all individuals will occasionally and spontaneously lapse into brief periods where the noise drops and a flash of intuition. Okay. Figure 1. Quiet state. Data. Oh, I see. I get it now. So I need complete and total silence and complete mental focus. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get access to the data. I see. Common RV symbols, straight lines, angular lines, curved lines, regular waving lines, dots, and irregular jagged lines. So the first one I drew, I'd say would be more accurate to what I was looking for, which kind of resembles the regular waving lines or rolling terrain. Further improvement requires practicing a structured procedure. Okay, so let's try this again, Doug.
Okay.
View your image here.
All right,
I'm running out of notepad
image.
paper.
You're running out of time too.
I know. This is all I can see. Second. Something like this.
No.
No?
Something like that? I guess.
Yeah,
maybe.
like
Of
it's
all the images you've drawn, this is the closest.
Yeah, like it looks like I don't know how to describe it. Like it looks like a rhombus kind of. Like it's this shape, right? It has this as part of its shape. and then it has like extra peripheral things on the sides, kind of. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it has like I don't want to say tendrils, but kind of like tendrils, right?
Okay, no, we're straying very much further from where the structure is the closest.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, what is the image? What's the object?
It's the Star of David. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, you should have got that. You should have got that one.
Honestly, I saw. Yeah, I probably. Well, it's like Doug. Honestly, that's honestly like what I first saw, right? But I was like, "There's." I should have, but I didn't want to because I literally doubted myself. I think doubt probably plays a big factor into it.
Yep.
So I mean, maybe there is some validity to remote viewing, right?
I can't confirm unless he had gotten it right. Then I could confirm. Otherwise, I am inclined to just say nope.
I mean, we can do one more. We can do one more image.
God, fine, but this time you get even shorter amount of time. So let me. I can't believe I just did that in my fucking that notebook. Okay. All right, random page.
The only issue is like it's really annoying because like my eyes will just start rapidly moving for no reason once I go into like a totally silent state like that.
I don't want to do something complicated. Okay. Just. All right. Okay.
Okay. So you have your image drawn.
Yep, it's drawn.
All right. This is gonna be. I hate doing this shit. All right. Going into focus mode.
Okay. No, it was just a diamond. Just a diamond.
You know, Doug, I thought you were gonna do the exact same thing again. I doubted myself again. I'm telling you. I was literally like, he probably just do a diamond. That's what I'm seeing, right? And I was like, no, I think it might be the second thing I saw.
All right. Well, next time, yeah, we'll have some practice and we'll get an expert.
No, there's no such thing as experts when it comes to this stuff, Doug. This is all like rudimentary stuff that's operates at a very. Also, I'm down to my last sticky note, so not happy about that.